Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Hi guys, welcome to another night of Modern here at MTG Card Market. Can you guys see us? Tonight we have Raul.
Hi guys!
And me. I'm back after a long hiatus from wherever I was in Singapore. Yeah. Wonder if they can see us. Let's check the chat room. If everything's working. Are you excited about commenting your first time here tonight?
I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to seeing some modern action. I don't often get to stay out on a school night, but I asked my wife, and so here I am.
Oh my god, I'm so glad you can make it tonight. And it's so good to see you guys again. It's so good to be back on the stream, and I hope you guys are excited to see us here tonight. And guess what? We have giveaways again tonight, and it's to... I wonder what language it is.
It looks like it's Spanish.
Spanish Ghostly Prison from Kamigawa?
That would be correct. Champions of Kamigawa.
Two foil Spanish Ghostly Prisons for our giveaway tonight from Champions of Kamigawa. So we'll be giving that away tonight. A list of decks tonight. So Raul already decided on what deck he wants to see tonight for our first gameplay.
And the deck I chose, I wanted to see some Scapeshift action. So that's going to be one of our first feature matches.
Scapeshift. How well do you know the Scapeshift deck?
I don't know Scapeshift a ton, but back in the day when Valakut was still in Standard, I loved playing Valakut, and there's nothing better than just going to the dome for 20 plus damage in a shot. So let's see if our player here can do that. You're not a fan.
I'm not a fan because it always gets me, because I play Splinter Twin personally, and I always have trouble against Scapeshift decks. Because they always get me, and I always miscount the lands, and they'll just hit Scapeshift, and then they'll have open mana for Cryptic Command, and I have no way out. Or the worst one would be where they have Boseiju, and then I can't do anything about that. I'm like, okay, I guess you win this game now. My only best bet to ever beat Scapeshift is for them to not draw lands.
That's probably a tough call.
Or to mana flood and not draw the spells, or the usual things that most players hope for during an opponent. Not really. Okay, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's the only way I could beat them. But other than that, I really have a tough matchup against Scapeshift, to be honest.
So do we know who our Scapeshift player is matched up with this time?
Not yet. The pairings are not out yet, so hopefully we get them soon. Sherwin will bring a list of pairings for us, and then we'll know who by then. But let's talk about Magic. When's the last time you actually played Constructed, Raul?
Ooh, the last time I played Constructed, you're looking at the game day champion of First Aid Hyde Park for I believe Khans of Tarkir.
Oh, nice.
So I was running Boss Red in Constructed, and it got the job done out of one of our field was 10 people or something. But the thing about... for those of you who don't know, I'm a level 2 judge, so oftentimes when I have opportunities to play, I judge instead.
Okay.
But, I've been wanting to update all the modern decks that I have. I built back when Modern first was a thing, a number of decks. I think I've got Green-Red Tron built. I've got, or in some capacity, I've got Soul Sisters. I've got Affinity. I think I built Splinter Twin. And I just need to spend some time actually playing. So,
wow, that's a lot of decks you actually have, Raul.
One of the great things about judging is that you do get a lot of comp, and a great thing about having been a player as long as I have is just there's a lot of cards that you already have. So I often just like to see, okay, what decks can I build out of my collection? And so with Modern, it turns out to be a few.
That's really nice to be able to build so many decks, but I just feel like if it was me, I'm like, if I had to judge or play, I would definitely want to play. But I do see some some good things about being a judge, because you get to see many games, and you get to see all these opponents making really good plays. You get to meet pros. You get to meet pros, right?
You do get to meet pros, but it's a different sort of interaction, because of course you don't want to be like, oh my god, it's LSB or whatever, and then also sometimes those pros are not super happy when you tell them this, that, or the other thing works differently than they would like it to. So it depends, but most pros are great that I've encountered, and I think they're generally pretty appreciative.
Okay, let's go back to Modern tonight. What do you think after the ban list? What do you think we see in tonight's meta?
Well, you would definitely be a better person to answer that question than I would.
How about your perspective?
I know.
Now Pod's gone.
Pod is gone, which is good, because that was never a deck that I built. So I do like the idea that there's some more diversity in the format. I do think that it's good, because Pod just had a decent game against everything, and I approve that Wizards decided to shake things up a little bit. And of course, Treasure Cruise, we all know, was ridiculous. Dig Through Time needed to go as well. The question is what is going to step up and replace it. I'd like to see some more creature decks in there. I'd like to see
tribals like Merfolks.
I'd like to see Zoo have a better place. I'd like to see Jund make some sort of a comeback. I personally am excited because one of my favorite decks in the past was Dredge, and so even though Dredge has effectively been neutered, I think Golgari Grave Troll being back
will make a comeback.
It's not going to make any real comeback, but I hope that there's some brewer out there who decides to take the time,
right?
Not even break the format, just be like, I've got a whole bunch of creatures in my graveyard. I'm going to play Golgari Grave Troll as a fair thing, and it's going to be an infinite because I've got all these creatures in my graveyard. I think that's semi-reasonable.
So we have the match list, the list of pairings tonight, and so you want the Scapeshift, so I know who's playing Scapeshift, Eric Millington, and so can we get Eric Millington playing against Dan Didario?
Okay.
Scapeshift against Splinter Twin.
All right, so we're getting to live Sydney's worst nightmare as a matchup. What do you think about that matchup? You've played it a number of times.
I feel like I've said, I feel like it's one of the worst matchup I ever had playing against Scapeshift, because they have more counter spells than I do. They ideally pack 3 to 4 cryptic commands. Mm-hmm. They do have Izzet Charms. They do have remands. And I personally only have a playset of remands in the deck, and I can't really fight that. I can't fight with them that well compared to how they can beat me with, especially when they play Boseiju to play their Scapeshift and go off a lot faster than I can.
See, the thing about Splinter Twin is that, the sort of latest incarnation has a lot of different angles, it seems like, that it can go to. So even if the Splinter Twin plan doesn't work, you can just beat them with creatures. Or you have a fair amount of counter spells. Of course, Boseiju is a problem, like you just said.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Who do you like more in this matchup?
Definitely, I'm going to be biased and say I'm going to side Dan Didario with Splinter Twin, of course, because I'm a big Splinter fan and will always be loyal to my Splinter Twin fans.
Well, I guess I'm gonna
root for Scapeshift?
I don't know about root because I'm a judge. I try to be impartial, but I think Scapeshift has a little bit of an edge.
Okay, we're gonna take off the booth and go to the match right now and get ready for the first match of the night. And here we go. We have Dan Didario on the right and Eric Millington on the left. I'm gonna set up the names right now. So
how familiar are you with the two operators of this deck? I know you probably know Eric pretty well.
Very well. Dan Didario is from First Aid Little Italy, extra crispy. That's what they call it. But yeah, here tonight at MTG Card Market, we have both Dan Didario and Eric Millington playing for the first round of the match tonight. So I'm going to add their names. And what else do you know about Splinter Twin and Scapeshift?
Well, I think that's... Do you know if the version Dan's playing, is it strictly red-blue, or is it red-blue-green with Tarmogoyfs and
I want
things
to
like
say,
that?
to my knowledge, the last time I remember him piloting the deck was the blue-red tempo version. Mm-hmm. So I think he's running the same deck again. Blue-Red Temple, Splinter Twin, without guys, just pass the mites and Deceiver and just try to go to combo with Serum Visions to sculpt his hands, and then bait bait counter spells or bait removals before actually casting the Splinter Twin. And I'm wondering if he's actually main decking Dispel, because most Splinter Twin decks these days have one Dispel in their main deck just to guard the combo pieces, or just guard the combo itself, so that they can go off and still be able to guard them from getting like removed, or Path to Exile, Bolt, or counter back.
So how much different is this matchup without those two key cards, Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time, being a factor?
It'll be slower, a lot slower to find combo pieces without Dig Through Time in the Splinter Twin deck. But I feel like they still stand a better chance, than with or without. It's still 50-50, about the same. If you would ask me, because after playing so much, I didn't really like Dig Through Time as much.
So it looked like Dan won the dice roll there, if I'm not mistaken, Sid?
Yeah, I think so too. So Dan's going to be on... Assuming he's just going to be a player, because I don't think any Splinter Twin would want to be on the draw. I'm trying to find the starter time here. Hang on. Here. Yep. So the time has started. Dan's on the play, and ideally, what Splinter Twin want to start off with is Serum Visions. Fetch lands.
It's a good card.
Yeah. Turn 1, Serum Visions is always the best plan for us. Right now, I'm just trying to update the deck names right here. So Scapeshift for Eric Millington. If I can type without looking. What do we see in Dan Didaro's hand?
Looks like he's got the Serum Visions. Didn't get to see all the...
I think I saw Izachan as well. Okay, so I got that Blue-Red Splinter Twin. Can't spell? There you go.
Alright, so it looks like it's going to be a multi 6 for Eric.
I always feel happy when my opponent who's playing Scapeshift have to go down one card. It always feels so good. I'm sorry, but it makes the game easier for me as a Splinter Twin player.
You're a bad man, but if there's a deck that can mull well, I believe Scapeshift would be that deck.
Really? Oh, okay. What do we see? Mountain? Okay, he's gonna... So, Dan's going first. He's playing the Serum Vision. Like I said, the best opener to go with. Oh, I didn't see what he scry. But it must be really good because he's keeping on top of the stack.
And yeah, you've got to be worried about that if you're Eric. Eric's going to start things off with an untapped Stomping Grounds. Look like he's got to suspend Search for Tomorrow.
Search for Tomorrow. So put him at 18, right?
So he should be at 18, and it was just a pass after Polluted Delta, is that?
Yep.
And another Search for Tomorrow for Eric. And this time it taps Steam Vents. So it's looking like he's going to have a lot of lands he could possibly...
Oh man, that's so bad for the Splinter Twin player, I would say, because having Scapeshift being able to just up their land count would be so bad for Splinter Twin, because then... I mean, in the control game, the person with the most lands always have the better advantage, don't you think?
Of course. You want to outmana your opponent. And here comes one of the lands that he's going to search off of Search for Tomorrow. Let's see what he's going to get here.
So right now he's going to have 3 lands untapped on his upkeep, on his main phase for Eric.
And he's going to have the option to play a 4th depending on what is in his hand.
So do you think would you as a Scapeshift player, if you had it, would you try to Search for Tomorrow again, or keep mana to try to counter your opponent with 3 mana who's playing Splinter Twin from casting a Deceiver or Pass the Might?
I don't know if I would necessarily tap out for anything right here. If I'm on Scapeshift, I think I'm gonna want to keep the shields up if I can.
True. Oh, actually he's... Well, he still have 2 mana open, and that's we see a Sakura Trap Elder from Eric.
Good old Sack Elder.
So annoying. Oh, there we see.
There's Pestermite.
Okay,
so
Eric...
what else is in Dan's hand? Can we see?
No, I'm not sure. No, But I don't think that Passive is gonna stay because Is It Charm is, they have to remove it. Let's see what Dan has. Let's see a Vandalion click. Do he click now? Oh, another Serum
He has
Vision.
the Serum Visions, and that's what he does.
I think he's digging for lands, or maybe answers, more counter spells ideally.
Alright, so there's.
Do you think he'll click now? I feel like I would click now because it's Scapeshift. I want to try to remove. Because
he could go off right here.
No, but
right when
he
he sacks Elder, he's got 5 lands in play. He lays a land.
He could go off right here. 1, 2, that's 4, 5. Play a land 6. Elder would be 7. He could go off right here. Yeah, I agree. Would that kill it? 7 lands with Valakut. Let me see. Yeah, that would kill him, right, Raul?
7 lands with just 1 Valakut would.
That'd be 6 lands with 1 Valakut.
6 lands, so that'd be 5 triggers.
Yeah.
So that would only be 18, but I mean, still would be pretty inevitable.
We see Dan fetching for. Oh, he's going down to 16 right now. Whoa. Do you think Eric will pull the trigger now? Wait.
It's really, you've got to be pretty bold in these matchups because they're capable of everything. But we see he's got Vendilion Click looking to hit the battlefield. I assume he's going to be targeting Eric.
I think if he if you take he'll target. I don't think Eric will let it resolve, would he? He has a repel. He let it oh yeah, he had to because there's no real counter spells in his graveyard except Is It Charm. So I guess the right choice would be most definite choice would be the Scapeshift.
That makes life pretty easy, but let's see what he gets
from the top of the deck. Would it be another Scapeshift?
No, it's Cryptic, which if you've got to trade in your signature card, I guess you could do worse than getting a Cryptic out of the deal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, he's swinging and not blocking because I think it's not a real trade.
I would be pretty surprised if somebody gave up a Vendilion Click for Sack Elder.
But he would just sack it to get the extra land, no?
Oh, for sure. but
Eric taking 3 damage, putting him down to 15. So 15 to 15 right now. Another Serum Vision from Dan Didario. Must be really bad cards. All lands. What did we see a Kiki-Jiki in his hand right now.
Oh, nice.
Oh, so Eric at Dan Didario's end turn Sakura Traveler for a land.
Alright, so he gets a forest. That comes into play tapped.
So I feel like this is now top deck mode. Right? Like, not really top deck mode, but like play, draw, go.
I think it's definitely going to have to be a while. You just can't brute force anything here right now.
Because Eric has so much lands right now, and he's like, I feel like Eric's more in control right now. And then just, don't really have many answers if Eric will have multiple counter spells. We see the Snapcaster, we see the Cryptic Command, we see the Repel. Like, if Dan try to go off right now, Eric has all these answers.
But if you're Dan, right, aren't you just happy just bashing in for 3 with
every turn? Yeah.
With Click and just holding counter magic up?
Yeah.
I don't know what all's in Dan's hand, but if I were him, I'd try to take it slow and steady. We know he's got Kiki-Jiki, and apparently he's got Snaps.
Oh, he is going for the beatdown plan. He just played the Snapcaster.
He just raw dogged the Snapcaster. No casting of any of his spells, rather than doing it on his main and trying to get another Serum Visions out.
True.
Or something. But
I think he just wanted to push more for damage and race against Eric's Scapeshift because I feel like that's the better plan right now, right?
He doesn't have the Splinter Twin in hand, so going for that doesn't work. It looks like we're gonna have a trade-off of Snapcasters.
I guess so. Eric's playing Snapcaster first. Has it resolved? It resolved. So then let it resolve. It target Is It Charm, and he's gonna cast.
Oh, Is It Charm? Is It Charm on Click?
Nice. With that, then let it resolve. He's not gonna fight for it. I guess.
So now we're basically back to parity again.
True. You're right.
And it seems like that's a big swing that favors Eric.
Eric draws another Sakura Tribe Elder. Do you usually think people will counter a Sakura Tribe Elder at any point in time?
It's really hard to spend a counterspell on that, especially since there's so many Haymaker type spells in the deck. It seems to me like you just have to say, well, there's that speed bump, but here you see Eric countering another possible out for the combo, Deceiver Exarch, and he's got. Maybe he's going to go on the Sack Elder beat plan. You're on a 15-turn clock, Dan Daddario.
Oh man, that would be so sweet though if he get a Sakura Elder on a 15-turn clock. That would not happen. Twin has boats and stuff. Okay, I don't think he would let that happen.
All right, so here's Snapcaster finally getting to get a Serum Visions back from the dead.
Oh, he's shipping away. Is it Charm and Steam Vents now?
Yeah, so trying to get there, try to get to Twin or something a little bit more powerful than is a Charm.
We see Eric just drew into another Cryptic Command.
Oh.
So he has a Cryptic and a Repel in his hand. He's just gonna pass.
Sack Elder, your dream of whittling down your opponent from 15 to 0 is probably over. I think it's going to be doing some chumping action here against Snapcaster.
Yeah.
So
not gonna happen. Oh man, is he gonna repel it? Oh man, that's so sweet. But then again, he got the Snapcaster, but he loses the Splinter Twin.
Well, I think I'd take that trade, and so Splinter Twin goes to the graveyard, Snappy goes back to hand, and let's see, maybe Sack Elder gets the beats in after all.
Wait, that still happened.
Yeah!
Oh my god! Beat down, go! Sakura Tribe Elder. Oh, another one!
It's got a brother!
Here all day.
Alright, so Flooded Strand's going to take Dan down to 13, correct?
Yep.
And
doesn't look that good for Dan right now. He only has an Izzet Charm and a Snapcaster in hand.
Well...
And Eric has a Cryptic Command. I didn't see what he drew. Cryptic Command. I didn't see what he drew from the Repel or from the top of his deck on his draw phase. He goes to 12? I think we miss a damage. We might have. Oh, maybe? So he's at 12. It's going to 11? Oh, he's shocking himself with the fetch land. Oh, it's the Shivan Reeves.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that makes sense. Shivan Reeves brought him down to 11. He's really desperate right now to, use up his only counter spell to draw the 2 cards.
He discarded Twin. That doesn't seem like a good sign.
He does have Kikijiki in hand though. Wouldn't it be... I mean, Kikijiki does fold to Lightning Bolt. And it's harder to cast. But I feel like right now the Splinter Twin is not the real answer he wants, right? He could also ideally use a Kikijiki in beatdown. 5 mana 2/2 haste.
That could do some work.
And doesn't fold to Sakura Child Elder. Because that does.
Alright, so even more lands are out if definitely now we're at a point where Eric can...
Oh my heavens, he has 2 Cryptics in his hand and 1 Repel. And now we see the beat. Oh Dan, you need an answer Dan. Oh, he
so he flashes in Deceiver,
not
and
happening.
that's
not happening.
That's good. What's the other mode? Do you think? What would you choose?
I would say counter draw because I still want to draw my combo pieces. Reman his. Oh, it fizzles the draw effect. Nice job, Dan Daddario.
Yeah, and he gets to draw.
He gets to draw and keep his Deceiver.
So let's see if does he want to cryptic that as well.
I think he's asking the mode still happens, does he still get to draw the card? If he counter and draw, does the mode still happen?
And it wouldn't, because there's one target for the spell. So once a spell's sole target is removed, that spell is countered upon resolution.
It's so good to have a judge here.
Well, I don't know about that, but thank you, Sid. It's good to be here. All right.
We see a lightning bolt in the hand.
All right. So even if it's beats from Sack Elder plus Lightning Bolt, that's an acceptable path to victory.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So suspend, search for tomorrow. Then the deck.
Oh my god, he's really taking the beats from a Trap Elder. Oh, poor Dendidario.
All right.
And another cryptic again.
The remanded. Oh, so he's going to try to dispel that, and it's time. Does he have another cryptic or
no?
He's got to dispel.
Repel from his.
Okay.
Eric only has a repel. Repel, yeah. Oh boy.
Can he go for it here? He does have Kiki Jiki, so
and Lightning Bolt.
So he's gonna. Return Deceiver Exarch to his hand.
Draw a card.
And draw.
If Dan had more lands, Dan had more lands, he could
have just gone through it.
But
he's gonna have to try to for the same play here,
right now,
presumably.
I
think he's probably going to go an Eric's end step again with Deceiver. And
would you do it on your main phase to play Deceiver and untap your own land and then pass the turn?
Well, the thing is that you can't flash out. You cannot flash out Kiki, and you don't know if Eric could just top deck Scapeshift for the win. If you're Dan Didario and if you got any sort of counter magic in there, you're probably going to want to keep your options open.
True.
And now he's gonna try to do Kiki Jiki. Maybe he's got something to force that through. There's 5 mana. There's Kiki. And what's Eric got to say about that? It looks like
Remand.
Oh.
Eric wants. I think he has a boat and a remand, but remand would be the better play because he wants to draw answers first, and now he has 2 boats.
All right.
I think I might just bolt the Kiki upon resolution, so that he wouldn't have the card at all, and would not let Dan Didario to draw more answers the next turn to try to protect the Kiki. What do you think, Raul?
The trouble is with those 2 mana on tap, that represents a fair amount of counter magic. I'd rather have the bolt as a backup play if it were up to me. So, Eric just wants to get to his main phase and hopefully find himself a Scapeshift with either just drawing or there's some card draw aside from his 1 card a turn.
So this is a bit awkward. So he has 6 life, and Eric has 2 boats.
Well, that we'll see what.
He's still on Eric's end step, I assume, or second main phase after the swing from Sakura Trial Builder. Oh, he's just passing the turn.
Go.
Draws another land.
Alright, there's Kiki.
Takes 1, puts Dan to 5, and I think he's trying to activate it. Responds both the Kiki.
Oh, both Kiki? But there's Snapcaster for Dispel.
So it's gonna go to 4 from the fetch. If he shocks himself, no, he's not. Okay.
All right, so
just gonna cast Respond Bolt again.
So he could have done Bolt to the face.
Yeah, I know,
but
I guess you just want to get rid of.
But Kiki's a scary man.
I'll beat down with Sakura trying out there to death.
Well, the trouble now is that Sakura there's got a couple blockers to deal with in the form of Deceiver Exarch and Snappy. And
Dan might not want to block to protect his, dying from boat after Sakura Traveler doesn't fetch. Maybe.
It's tough. It's tough. I mean, the trouble with the bolt plays is, of course, if he's got any counter magic,
Oh yeah.
that you've just
Did
opened
the
yourself up.
Snapcaster come in play this turn? How does it attack?
I'm not sure if Snap came into play this turn. I
To
think
dispel. Remember he cast the Kiki Jiki. Then he cast the
then he cast Snapcaster to. I don't. I'm sorry, Sid. I'm not 100% sure if that's correct or not. I think he may have played Snapcaster the turn before, but I could be. I think
wrong. He played response. Remember he played response to the bolt onto the Kiki Jiki, and then yeah, I'm gonna stop the game and
okay. So
keep talking.
So that may change things. So Sid's gonna go see if we can get some clarification on that. But right now it's very tight. Anybody could come out with this. You know, that's the virtue of Splinter Twin. It is a deck where it can explode just right here. Same with Scapeshift. Eric has just, it looks like one card in hand. We'll have to see what that one card is. All right, so here comes Sid. He talked to the players and the judge, and do you know what the resolution is going to be on?
He attacked earlier with Deceiver, so we missed that, which pushed him at 12.
Okay.
And is that Prismatic Omen?
That looks like it's Prismatic Omen, so he's playing that version of Scapeshift. There's some versions that don't play that card, but
does it look like Prismatic Omen?
That's what it looked like to me. I guess the other question to me, Sid, do you know if they tried to rewind it? Because
so he did cast it on his main phase,
right.
And that Snapcaster didn't count.
Okay. All right, so Sack Elder, living up to its names, throwing itself in front of Snappy.
Oh, he's not sacking it, so yeah.
Yeah, and so Eric's going to take one here.
Pushing that to 11.
All right.
I would have done the boat, really. Oh, that would
it's easy to be sitting here.
Yeah, I know.
Backseat Magic playing. But it's entirely possible that when this is all said and done, Eric's gonna be kicking himself and wondering why it is that he's not looking at the smoldering corpse of his opponent.
Hey, Raul, remember I told the part where I like one of my opponent mana flat? Oh, and now we see the Scapeshift.
Yeah, so...
Did Den happen to draw any answers along the way?
Well, he's the way he's handling his cards does not fill me with confidence that there are answers. So if Scapeshift resolves, that's probably going to result in a whole bunch of lands being sacked, Valakut, and basically any mountain coming into play. Any two mountains will take Dan Daddario out, and not for dinner and a movie.
I feel like Dan is now in deep thought, trying to see if he can boat his way out of this.
It looks like he has at least one lightning bolt in hand, does Dan Daddario. Doesn't sound like it's very. If he had a counter spell, one would think that that would have been windmilled onto the table long before now. So burn. If he has 3 burn spells, maybe he could figure out some other way. It doesn't look very good once Scapeshift casts its signature card. Looks like there are a whole number of
4 lands is sacked.
4 lands sacked. That's Valakut. That's going to be a scoop because life totals were very low.
Yeah.
And
that's game 1.
That's game 1. So when you're looking at this match, Sid, what do you look for in your sideboard to try and do better game 2? Do you go for more counter magic? Do you
Blood Moon. If I can play 10 Blood Moons, I'll play 10 Blood Moons.
How many Blood Moons does it? Well, you can play up to 8. you can play 4 Blood Moons and 4 Mega Southern Moons, but that's a lot of sideboard space to get basically this matchup and Tron.
That's about it. No, it wrecks Jun too. Junk, any or blue white red control.
That's true.
Realistically speaking, 2 Blood Moons, maybe a Flame Slash or ideally a Artifact Destroyer like a Ancient Grudge, because seeing how some players like to side in Spell Skites against Splinter Twin decks or Torpor Ops. So having Artifact Destruction would come in handy, because your boats will not destroy a Spellskite, and you don't want to use 2 boats on the Spellskite. And in this matchup, I'll side out my boats, maybe leave 2 boats, maybe not even leave any boats in, and bring in just the Ancient Grudges, the Blood Moons, and Negates, and more counter spells, ideally.
So I think I saw Eric look to Croson Grip. K-Grip's a pretty good card against Splinter Twin.
Yep.
It seemed to me like Dan only cited in two cards. So I'm not sure what those
might
cards.
be the Flame Slash and Ancient Grudge. Dan might not have any Blood Moons in the sideboard, I feel.
Yeah. Blood Moon's the card you definitely want to be looking to for this matchup. And how popular is Scapeshift in the MTG card market metagame?
We tend to have 1 or 2 players that bring Scapeshift to the game, to the meta here in MTG card market, so it's quite decently, well known that players do bring Scapeshift here to bet it out at the Wednesday nights here at Modern. And remember the card that Eric played that we wasn't sure that was a Prismatic Omen? It was actually Noxious Revival.
Oh.
And thanks to white, blue, black, red, green, he was the one who brought that up. That was Noxious Revival for us.
All right. Well, thanks, white, blue, black, green.
You misread. What? It's white, blue, black, red, green.
Oh, there's another color in there?
Yeah.
Well.
So these are all the people that's been talking to us. I think white, blue, black, red, green said hi to you earlier. Earlier in the game, yeah. He said, "Oh yeah, Judge Extraordinaire."
That's very kind of you. Thank you. It's like I said, it's good to be here. I hope in the future I might drop by if I don't do such a horrible job that I'm never invited back. But
hey, no, you're fine. You're doing well. There's so much information you can give out to us. Knowing the judge's rule, knowing the plays. Oh man, it's like dream come true.
Again, you're being way too kind, or you're having
just stating a fact, bro. Just stating a fact.
The bar in your dreams are way too low. But
anyway.
Oh my
god. Oh, Raul, way to crush a little.
At least this is a dream I can make come true for you, Sid. But all right, so it looks like they're about ready to get game 2 on. And who do you think is favored here after sideboarding? I know your bias is for Splinter Twin still, and they're in a hole, but
I want to say that after sideboard, but then again, Dan's sideboard doesn't seem that optimal compared to what I would have sideboarded, or what most Twin players would have sideboarded to bring it against Eric against Scapeshift. So might not be that amazing of a chance for Splinter Twin to beat Scapeshift game 2.
So we're seeing a fair amount of Eric's hand. It seems like both guys are wanting to keep what we've got. We've got Flooded Strand for Dan Daddario. We've got Breeding Pool tapped for Eric. And here comes Steam Vents.
I never like a hand without 7 visions in my opener.
Well, but
unless I have really good hand. And we see a Pestimite in his hand too.
Well,
what else do we see? Oh, I only see a Pestimite.
Alright, so here comes Flooded Strand.
Very slow hands today, or this round.
Yeah, that first match was a little bit of a slobber knocker, like they would say in Madden parlance. Both these decks capable of comboing off turn 4, but that went pretty deep into the tank for both sides.
I know. 3 mana. Oh, it always feels so good to have to be able to draw my lands as a twin player, and it always feels really good to do that because I feel like most of the times because some of us play 22 lands, 23 lands, and when we play 22 lands, we don't often get a lot of land draws, and it feels really shitty not be able to get 3 lands and try to combo off. But do you think that Dan would try to push for the combo this turn?
It's tough because when you're on the play, you've got a lot of things to consider. You're one step ahead. You may want to get a better mana advantage, and in contrast to last game, Eric had a bunch of acceleration that he didn't really get to parlay into anything immediately. But here comes Pestermite, and hypothetically, not hypothetically, this is going to be one dead Pestermite.
So resolve Pestermite, get to untap lands, but he's going to just ping it. Dan didn't have a protection spell.
Alright, so Polluted Delta is going to take Dan down a notch.
Basic land.
Does that mean that maybe one of those cards that was cited in was
Blood Moon?
Blood Moon?
Perhaps. Oh no, Simmering Visions from Dan Didaro right now. What do we see? Okay, it's top and bottom. If only we could see the scryings.
Well, he does have another Pestermite.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's really sweet.
So,
do you see what I see?
I see a Gifts Ungiven.
From Eric Millington. He cited in Gifts, the gift package sideboard for a Scapeshift deck.
Oh, here comes Cryptic.
Oh, Eric has all the answers. I'm not gonna like the twin player
counter draw, but now the shields are down, and what's Dan gonna be able to do with this?
Blood Moon. Blood Moon. Blood Moon. No.
It doesn't seem to be in his hand, but I could be wrong about that, Sid. I think it's gonna be, unfortunately, maybe it's gonna be Exarch. I believe he's got one of those.
Oh yeah, I see the Exarch. Exarch. Oh man, if it's a Kiki Jiki in his hand, that's gonna be rough because he needs a third mountain. We see Vendilion Click here.
Alright, who do you target, Eric or yourself?
Eric definitely. Try to remove answers. But I don't think Eric will let that resolve. Like, I would see the reman happening, but Eric's stalling. Oh, yep, the reman's definitely happening. I think he's only stalling because at that point in time he might be afraid that Dan might have an answer. I guess not. It's always rough when you see your opponent drawing extra cards from card spells and you can't do anything about it. Eric, Dan just drew a lightning bolt past the turn. I see a Noxious Revival. Noxious Revival from Eric's top deck. What else? Gifts, lots of lands.
Is this when you're starting to think about gifts? I mean, you do have Valakut already in play. It seems like Eric's got a couple lands that
he's going to natural Valakut, I guess. Could it be possible?
Well, let's see. Right now, he only has. It looks like to me two mountains in play. Correct?
Yes, 2 mountains in play. I like the play that Dan's doing, trying to force the Vendilion Click and bait all the counter spells. Like reman all day, sir. Reman all day. And we have what's his name? The Ziggs. What's the giveaway tonight? He asks. The giveaway tonight is 2 foil Spanish Ghostly Prison.
That would be Prizio Phantasmagorica to you, Sid.
Whoa! From Champions of Kamigawa. Thanks to MTG Card Market, most definitely. We see, so back to the game, we see Eric trying to cast Gifts Ungiven, and then it gets countered. This is response to Vendilion's Click trigger. So Eric was trying to cast Gifts Ungiven and got reman.
Well, there's a lot of land. It looks like the choices are another Gifts or Noxious Revival, and What do you take here?
I'll take the Gifts, because there's nothing in the graveyard that I'm afraid of right now as a Twin player. I mean, you can take the Cryptic Command, but yeah. Yeah.
Cryptic is so good. It makes... But,
I'll feel awful if he draws into his Scapeshift right now.
Well...
Oh my god, you did draw a Scapeshift!
Yeah, that's some rough beats when your V-click sort of stabs you in the back and helps your opponent do what... Oh, he taps out!
Oh my god!
It does not look good.
Oh, he taps out for the criminals. Oh god. Yeah. Yep.
So do you think Karanos was something that he sided into?
Yeah. Not many main bothered. But do you think Eric can go off right now? That's the main question I would want to know.
We don't know all of what's in his hands, but I mean,
this is how many lands?
He's gonna have 5 lands.
7.
Besides Valak, right? 6.
Oh, he can go off, right?
It's looking like he wants to get whatever this play is going to be from Dan Daddario, and then
he kings Dan Daddario. Dan's bolting him, so it goes to 13, goes to 10. The 3 damage came from Karanos.
Yep.
Man, that top deck from the click was so nasty.
Another click.
I would Cryptic and bounce a land because this is during draw phase.
Bounce a land or bounce Karanos?
Bounce a land. Because I don't think he can counter with anything right now if he were to Scapeshift. Well. Sure. Tapped out! Oh wait, no. No. Can he reman? Oh, he has no mana now. Oh man. Okay, I guess the second click helped. Take away the Scapeshift. Draw the Scapeshift. Draw the Scapeshift, Eric. You can do it. Legend Rule.
Yeah, there are 2 legends in play, so one of them is going to be removed, and they've realized that, and he put the untapped.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you put the tapped Vendilion click in the graveyard.
Yep.
So, what are we looking at in terms of mountain count? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 mountains in play, if I'm counting correct, Sid?
Yep, 4 mountains in play. Eric didn't do it again. Wasn't able to top deck another Scapeshift.
See, Sid, you needed to wish him to draw that a little harder, or I needed to, because you're wanting Dan Daddario to come.
Oh my god, Dan got the game.
But Dan takes it down with Karanos and bolts and
snap bolts.
So we got about 13 minutes left.
Combo decks, they should be able to do it. Combo decks, right?
Yeah.
Control combo decks.
It's been an interesting match so far, I would say. I did not expect this from either of these decks.
I love the top deck off Scapeshift from the click. That was really a stab in the back from his own click. If Eric could have gone off that turn, I'm like, Dan, you were so unlucky. Your click stabbed you in the back. But it went well for Dan. He was able to beat down with Karanos and burn him out.
Was there another line of play for Eric to have protected his hand after he ripped that Scapeshift, I wonder?
So when he did the second click?
Yeah, between after a click got him
the first
time, and he drew into Scapeshift. Is there anything he could have done differently, or just nobody expects a second click?
Personally, I feel like he had only 7 lands. So he couldn't really go off then, because that would need to do 16 damage, you say? And I think Eric wanted to play it safe. Because, Dan was tapped out, so maybe... I think I would play it safe too. There's no really... Because he had a Cryptic Command himself. Eric had a Cryptic Command. So I think he personally feel like if you were to try to go off, he could go off and still play Cryptic and not be afraid if Dan had a counter spell at a point of time. What do you think?
I don't know. Sometimes I wish we had instant replay up in this booth, so we could be like, and I wish we had the old man chalkboard where we could circle certain cards and such. But we're gonna just have to forge ahead. Both players are taking a second shot. It looks like Eric's contemplating sideboarding slightly differently. Any ideas what he might be looking to do or not do in this game round?
I think he would take out the Gifts Ungiven package right now. It's too cute. It would be a surprise. No, I don't know. Maybe bring in more counter spells. Take out. I don't know. I don't play Scapeshift very much. I only can make assumptions, like very big assumptions, because I don't really know his full sideboard. If I were to build Scapeshift, I would have Combust. Excuse me, because ideally I think Twin is gonna make a huge comeback. There'll be more Twin players ever since now that Pod is not around. Twin would have more chance of doing better. So I think more players will anticipate that by playing more Combust, Topo Ops, things that hit them out. Yeah.
And one thing I guess they both have to be sort of cognizant of is a time. They've got 10 minutes left, which ordinarily is plenty for combo players, but with this combo control thing, we've already seen each of these first two games take much more than that time. So, it's pretty exciting. Anything could happen. It could be one person comes blazing out of the gates. It could be we're looking at a draw to start us off here.
So Eric's gonna be able to play this turn. I feel like whoever's got the play get a better advantage. What do you think, Aro?
There's a classic sort of magic theory of who's the beatdown, and I think the beatdown is going to want to be on the play. And I'm not sure, because I certainly haven't played these matchups or even watched these matchups all that much, who's the beatdown. I would think that Splinter Twin's the beatdown in this matchup, and so maybe if I'm Scapeshift, I just want that extra card so I can have an enhanced chance of having the counter magic, getting to my Scapeshift, getting my mana ramping going. I don't know. What do you think?
I agree. Actually, it makes sense to want to be on the draw to get more, answers to what your opponent. Because Twin only can go off on turn 4 if they can go off, and you pretty much already have so much answers to the creatures, to the counter magic, to the enchantment. He plays Curse and Grip, which has split second, so Dan would not be able to answer to that. I do agree. I would prefer to be on the draw if I were playing Scapeshift.
Okay, they're both keeping their hands and starting off with Serum Visions times 2.
No Serum Visions, 2 tap.
I'm sorry, Steam Vents times 2.
Oh my god, both playing Land Go.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Eric has no land.
I'm surprised Eric kept this because he
has no green.
He doesn't have green, and you kind of need green to go off if you're going to be the Scapeshift player. Maybe he was just hoping that he could rip a green and then cast Search for Tomorrow, and everything would be all good. But here comes the Deceiver.
Oh shucks.
And doesn't
I
look
think
like
Eric does. I wonder if he regrets this tap stat. Does Dan have it?
Oh my
goodness!
Looks like the flawless victory is going to close out this match.
That was pretty quick. Scapeshift for the Splinter Twin for the win.
Congratulations to your man and your deck.
Dan
His deck isn't quite as foily as yours. Maybe you want to donate some foils to him
Come
so
on,
he can,
not you
get
too.
the blinks.
That was a very nice game to watch. I tell you, Twin just naturally draw that, and it happened. I should say more of this stuff preemptively, and then things will happen. Like how I said that, Eric might just draw a Scapeshift, and he really did draw a Scapeshift. Oh, what are the chances?
Well, that's Twin at its best. Let's look at
what his sideboard out.
So it looks like he had brought in some
No, this is the things he brought out. He did bring the Blood Moon. I was right. Blood Moon.
Yeah, he only has one Blood Moon. It's a fancy looking Blood Moon too.
Oh, Blood Moon. That's the Modern Masters one.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fancy.
I think so too, but I still like the Dark Blood Moon. 2 Keranos and a Batterskull.
Batterskull? What? That seems a little surprising.
Life gain. If you
It's
put
true.
yourself to a point of life gain where
It does become really hard for Scapeshift to get you if you are at 23 or more life. I guess that's.
I mean, he
that's
can
fair.
double Valk, but that takes a while.
Yeah.
And he brought in the extra dispel to Keranos. I'm not sure I agree with the Keranos because I might just bring more Blood Moons and maybe a negate over.
Yeah, you know, I'm a huge fan
Of
of
Keranos?
Keranos as a card in the abstract, but it just doesn't seem to be getting as much play as I would have wanted
Mm-hmm.
to. Some of my favorite decks have been blue-red based. My one actual good finish as a player was back when Dragonstorm was a new deck, and I came in the top 4 of Illinois States that year, and so obviously that's blue-red. I played Pyromancer's Ascension when that was legal. I think a little bit of Valakut when that was legal, but yeah, I don't see too many people playing Valakut, so hopefully, I'm sorry, playing Keranos. So hopefully Dan's use of it here might inspire some folks to give it a try.
I do play Keranos in the sideboard. I only play 1, sadly. I do, but I play 2 Batterskulls instead of 2 Keranos. I do like the Keranos play where you bring Keranos against like the more draggier decks like Junk or Jun. And I never really thought about bringing Keranos against a Scapeshift player because I feel like I do want to try to combo as fast compared to a combo faster than than Scapeshift can. And against Junk or Jun, you ideally want to side your combo pieces out. Then you bring in more threats like Keranos and Batterskull and lots of Blood Moon. I love Blood Moon. I'm like, I want to play as many Blood Moons if I can. I'll play all 8 Blood Moons, but it's too bad sideboard you need about 15 cards and I just can't play just for 2 decks. Because that would be the worst idea ever.
It's not a bad idea if you think the metagame's going to be a lot of those 2 decks.
Yeah,
to
if
just
I get
be like,
paired with like...
shut down.
I should just play Blue Moon.
You shall not pass, Tron.
Yeah, should not pass. No Ugin, no card, no Wurmcoin Engine for you tonight. But yeah, I'm gonna bring us back to bring the booth back up and show this audience our pretty faces. Hi guys.
Hey
We're
guys.
back. Welcome again. This is MTG Card Market. We're streaming Modern Life here at MTG Card Market, located here in Chicago, Illinois. Belmont, West Belmont, 1142 West Belmont. And tonight, thanks to MTG Card Market, we're giving away these 2 lovely cards. They are Spanish Foil
Ghostly Prison.
Yeah, Spanish Foil Ghostly Prison from
Champions of Kamigawa.
Yep, where we said it. 2 pretty foils of Ghostly Prison. Very good in Soul Sisters deck, and I would play. I do like this 2 cards, and maybe I would play in Junk. Like, you can attack me, Splinter Twin. Make your copies. Go ahead. Come at me, bro. What? No mana to pay to attack? Haha. But yeah, 2 lovely Ghostly Prison. We'll give out sometime tonight, maybe 1 after round 3, 1 after round 4. Would you like to give both at the same time to one person?
Let's spread them out.
Let's spread them out.
So
The judge called it.
so this is my first time here, so I don't know. Do we do questions or
We
just
raffle.
We raffle.
Yeah, we raffle them.
Is it among our stream?
Only the streamers. They have to like our. They have to follow us, and then we'll turn on the raffle, the poll, and then we ask them to type !raffle, and when they raffle, we'll maybe do some juggling or sing a song, and when we're done, we'll stop the raffle, and then we hit the raffle button and randomly pop up one of the winners from the viewers who watch our stream.
Sweet.
Yeah. So again, for those of you who have just joined us, we have the lovely Ro here tonight.
And the lovely Sid, who's here, been here very often.
Not very often. I missed 2 streams, maybe 5 I don't know. Yeah, I think I missed 5 streams already, more or less.
I don't know. It seems to me like you're coming back with a vengeance.
Ryan's gonna be so jealous. I get to commentate with you because I want to really commentate with you, and he wants to too. Everybody wants to commentate with you, bro.
Well, maybe people will have their chance. We'll see how. We'll see how
We
this
should come
goes.
every night. No, I know. Ro is a busy man, and he took his time off tonight just to spend time with us. So yeah, what else do you think? What do you guys want to see in the next match? Do you have any preference, guys, or what do you want to see in decks?
Yeah, tell us in the streams if there's a preference for what decks we have. We have how many players are in the tournament tonight?
Judging on the table, 24 players.
All right, so there's probably some diversity out there.
So far, from what I've known or what I've spoken to the players outside, we have blue-white Giftstron, like I told you. We have Junk. We have 4-color burn, no blue. 4-color burn, no blue.
How could they leave out the best color in Magic?
Because they banned Treasure
Treasure
Cruise. What do they need blue for? What else do we have? A lot of Affinity. Ryan Z is playing Affinity. We have Mark. Mark's here tonight and he's playing Affinity as well. We have Top Tier Foundry.
You know what? If the 4-color burn
Did well?
let's take a look at how they handle the feature match. I think that would be an interesting deck to.
Okay. Would you guys want to see a 4-color burn deck on our feature match the next round for round 2? Yeah. Vingo 700 says 4-color burn, please. And Gray CL, is it robots or true affinity?
There are 3 different decks you said, so I'm.
3 different affinities.
I assume most people are on robots rather than
The true affinity.
True
Yeah,
affinity.
I think it's more robots than true affinity. What is that blue enchantment again? And Soul Artifact.
And Soul Artifact.
Yeah, do you think
I
it's...
like 5/5s.
Okay.
I don't know about you.
I don't know. I rather have more affinity than enchantment that doesn't really affinate with my artifacts thingamajigs.
Ornithopter is getting in there for 5. That seems pretty good.
Yeah, and I think we have a green-white hate bears played by Great Pino. I might be wrong because he didn't want to really give out too much information about the deck he's playing. What else do we have? So the green-white Tron player is played by Ryan Spriggs. Who else do we have? So we have Affinity, the 4-color burn, Giftstron, blue-white Giftstron. We've seen Splinter Twin, we've seen Scapeshift, Junk. We have Junk as well tonight with the 4 Siege Rhinos and no Dark Confidant game plan. What do you think of that?
I'm excited about Burn because I don't know if you know this. I'm not a foil guy like you, Sid, but the one deck that I do have largely foiled out is Legacy Burn, and so I like to see different variants on Burn. So 4-color seems very exciting. Giftstron seems pretty exciting. We'll see what matches manage to go 1-0 in some of these decks. And hopefully
we have Storm. Spencer Miller is playing Storm tonight as well, so he say it's called the No Fear Storm deck.
No Fear Storm deck.
No Fear Storm deck. I wonder what that means. What else? So the Zig says Bob has fallen out of favor in Modern. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I take that statement as a very true one, but in part that was probably because of Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time being so popular. I mean, why slowly draw cards over time when you can go bam, here's my 3 cards for 1 mana, and I don't have to even worry about it being killed. I don't have to worry about taking damage. We'll see how things shake out, a month or so down the road. If people are like, you know what, I kind of like Bob. Let's give Bob a try. Let's mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, I do. Like, if I would have built a Junk deck, I do want to play Bob. I miss Bob. Dark Confidant is I like that card actually, and I used to play green black the rock deck, and I would play him in the deck even though he'll give me a Phyrexian Obliterator and let me take 4 life. I'm like, okay.
And it also, it is clearly in the upper tier of flavor text. Greatness at any cost.
It is greatness at any cost.
That's,
Like
I'm sure, the motto a lot of players live by. I'm certainly going to try to do that as a player and a judge, but we'll see.
We have a few new followers. Thanks for the follow, Cyric, Sparky, 997. Thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Neil Shinjing PGG. Thanks for the follow. Lots of names, lots of letters in your name, hard to pronounce. Lonely Sandbar. Hi folks, he says. Hi, Lonely Sandbar. Thanks for joining our stream tonight. Let's see. What else does the chat has to say? They're talking about Dark Confidant, and Johnny Turbo said Dark Confidant's a bet in a funny way in draft.
Well, I definitely was drafting back when Dark Confidant was a thing, and also when it was first introduced, and also in Modern Masters. Unfortunately, I never got to draft a Dark Confidant in Modern Masters, but yes, there were definitely times when you had Dark Confidant in Limited, and then you ripped something that was like a 5-drop and killed you. And those brought about the feel-bads in a quick way.
They're saying like, okay, so Johnny Turbo says like Modern Masters redraft, you see Bob as the last pick. Is that true? Or the Ziggs say that Bob is the first pick in Modern Masters. And the Ziggs also mentioned that even though it's bad, just like Goif.
Well, if you like money, I suppose you should like the first pick of Bob. If it was a rare redraft, I don't think you pick Bob anytime early on. There's so many cards in Modern Masters that are probably just better than Bob.
Oh, we have round 2 pairings now. So, Raul, you wanted to see the 4-color burn. I have to know people's names.
4-color burn?
Yeah, there's this guy that plays 4-color burn.
4-color zoo, maybe.
Oh, huh.
It's got like goblin guys and.
I must find
Boros
this person.
charms.
So,
That's
who's
Nick
doing
Roar,
well?
I think he's playing zoo.
Nick Roar.
He's playing zoo, not burn. I mean, he's got creatures, not mad
Okay.
Well, let's take a look at those guys.
Nick Roar?
Yeah, because if my name was Nick Roar, I would definitely be playing Zoo.
Sure. Let's give the judge what he wants. Nick Roar will play against Phil Sieberman. They both won the first round of their match too. So we're gonna have Phil Sieberman is on American Twin.
Okay. We're going to have to stop this trend of these twin players winning everything. Otherwise, Sid's going to...
We're putting the American Twin Phil Sieberman. And yeah.
Yeah, because if we keep on having all these twin matches, Sid's going to fly off the top rope and and try to be in the 3rd or 4th round with his twin deck. I know he's got it lurking around somewhere wanting to get some action in.
I just took off the booth. We're gonna start seeing the players setting up. I'm gonna pick the names. So Phil Sieberman is now on the right side of the screen, I think. Yes, he is. He's always wearing that gray, funky jacket. Let me fix the life total. So we're on round 2. American Twin against 4-color Zoo, I think. I hope Sharon's right. He might be the 4-color burn, but the reason why we picked Nick Raw because it's Nick Raw. I mean,
a little more gusto. Nick Roar.
Yeah, like Rose said, Nick Roar. We're gonna wake the neighbors up. Our indoor voices. Just kidding. I'm gonna leave the name blank for the deck name until I see the deck. Just don't want to give guys false hope. Might be Burn. Do you know who's Nick Raw though?
I do not. I don't. Phil Silverman's a name that sounds somewhat familiar to me, but I don't know him personally, and I don't think I've ever met Nick Roar.
Oh, Raul. I met Phil Silverman before, and I got a chance to know him, and he used to play when the Treasure Cruise was not banned, Ascendancy, Ascendancy combo, and he was on Scapeshift, and he for a very long time was playing American Geist or Geistbird, and right now tonight we're gonna see him play American Twin instead, and it's been a while since I see American Twin being played. I wonder if he's doing the Sean McLaren's version.
So what do you go for in American Twin out of white? What sort of cards are you expecting to see out of that?
Wall of Omens, Path to Exile. Oops. I spelled that right? Okay.
That looks good.
Yeah. Wall of Omens, Path to Exile, in the main deck, Restoration Angel. And then Kiki Jiki with maybe Deceiver Exart and what's that card? Deceiver Exart and Splinter Twin. And then lots of cheap spells, like having access to white, you get Lightning Helix, and then you get Path to Exile. You get also Lightning Bolts. And you can play Remans. If not, you play Swan Songs. So this is Blue-White Twin, and
now I don't know if we've established who's going first in this match. You said?
Don't think I've seen the die roll yet. Let's see, where is time left in the round? Match record label. Nope. Okay, I can't change the round for some reason because I can't find the round. Have they rolled their dice yet?
Well, they've both drawn their hands, so I would assume that they did a dice roll before camera, and here we go with Phil Silverman.
So this is round 2. Oh, so Phil was on the play. Celestial Colonnade, my favorite card.
Your favorite card?
In white. Like, you know, I would love Celestial Colony in all my white decks.
Yeah, but the trouble with it is you can't get that turn 1 Serum Visions with it. He's going to have to...
American Twin don't play Serum Vision, funny thing. But, I mean, maybe he does, but I don't. Left play deck name, he is on Zoo. 4-color Zoo. How many colors can Zoo really play? Can they go to 5th color and play Snapcaster? There, I got it. So a fetch, a Blood Crypt fetching for a Stomping Ground, which put him at 17.
Yeah, but I assume we're going to see Kurdape here? Or do you think it'll be Wild Nikata?
Wild Nikata. No, I saw Kurdape in his hand.
I definitely saw a Kurdape in his hand. Of course, Wild Nikata's perhaps a little better, but... what? Okay, I thought he was passing. I was like, because you made the finger gesture. It's like is there something else going on?
Shock pass. I'm gonna boat you and turn.
All right.
We see a scouting tron from Phil Silverman, and he's gonna pass the turn back to Nick Raw. Attack plan. The Kurdape is now a 2-3, right? 2-4.
Well,
is it 2-4, right?
There's a forest in place, so it would be 2-3.
Kurdape.
Bring that bad boy up.
Might not spell it right. Oh, there you go. Kurdape. Faeries +1. Yep, 2-3.
All right, so bashing in for 2 does not look like there's much that Phil has to say about that, so that would put
it like a bad boy.
That would put him to 18, I believe.
18, and then the fetch put him to 17 right now.
Okay.
Slow start, wouldn't you say, for Nick Roar if he's not playing more creatures on turn 2?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he's sandbagging again like he did with that Kurdape came out a little bit
not happening.
Slow, but is he really going to just pass the turn here?
He's pathing the Kurdape and not taking damage.
Oh, well.
Give them all the lands.
And I guess that's part of the power of the white edition there.
Mm-hmm. Having white feels so good because you have more answers to a lot of things. That's one thing I feel like it's lacking for the blue-red version because we only have bolts.
I'm very surprised that we don't see a turn 2 play from Nick here.
He has a Siege Rhino, Tribal Flames in his hand. Okay, he's fetching right now on Phil's end turn. Phil's Zoo decks or decks that play so many colors just tick off so much life totals really fast.
But you know what gains life? Siege Rhino. And it seems like chances are Nick should be able to play a Siege Rhino on his turn, his upcoming turn here.
Oh, because the path
accelerated him.
Oh, nuts! That's nuts. But hey, Phil has open mana. I think that's the reason why he kept the Steam Vents untapped. So what are we gonna see here? So this is still Phil's end turn, I'm assuming, and he fetched for a Blood Creep tap. Nick, I think he might be considering whether he want to bolt this turn just to push for life totals. Okay, he's gonna bolt. He's gonna bolt Phil, put Phil down to 14. I think he's trying to raise Phil's life total.
I'm sort of surprised because, again, I'd be a little scared here that he might go, Pestermine and then into Twin. I don't know if I'd want to bolt to the face here, but...
Oh, we see uncounterable Loxodon Smiter from Nick Raw. I think, oh man, I feel like it's a risky play. But then again, Nick Raw wouldn't know that he's actually on Twin, saying American colors.
Might think it's American Delver.
Yeah.
And here's the combo. Tapped out. Is he gonna?
Yeah, he's just shot-cutting.
And so that's
game 1.
That's game 1 to our buddy on Twin.
Yep.
Phil
Go
Silberman.
Twin, Phil. Yeah, that was. I feel like Nick now knows that he's on Twin, would be able to anticipate better and not to tap out when your Twin opponent has 3 mana open on your end turn.
Well, yeah, it seems, it's again backseat Magic playing. I don't know if I keep a Zoo hand with just one creature, and didn't seem like he had much else to do. But then I would imagine that Zoo is somewhat of a dog in this matchup anyways, right, Sid?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Zoo is the underdog in this matchup.
So what do you look to sideboard here?
Tree color? Blood Moon. Definitely. I mean, as a Zoo player, if the Zoo player would want to bring Blood Moon to,
The Zoo player or the Twin player?
The Zoo player. The Twin, Tree color Twin doesn't really have Blood Moon in the sideboard because it does disable them. Yeah. It needs all their mana sources, and you're calling it being a mountain is not funny at all. It's like,
I think it's funny.
No.
I was hoping to beat for 4 in the air, but all I've got is this lousy mountain.
Now I'm about to enable Kiki Jiki. A lot easier. Yay! No. Don't play Blood Moon in my sideboard if I'm playing Tree colors. But I think if I would have played a 4-color Zoo against a Twin deck with 3 colors, I'll bring in Blood Moons. They pretty much already have a good plan because they do play Path to Exile in Zoo decks, and that would be able to disable the Twin pieces, and as well as if they play Combust, they'll bring Combust to eliminate Deceiver Exarchs and Restoration Angel, as well as Celestial Colonnade. But yeah, that's what I would anticipate from a Zoo player to bring in against me as a Twin player.
All right, so they're getting ready for their second go round here. I think know.
Phil would bring in Verdicts. Really? No, maybe not. If he's playing Twin, he wouldn't bring Verdicts. He'll bring more removals. What would they have for more removals? Anger of Gods, but that doesn't get rid of the other creatures, would they? Wait. Yeah, Anger of Gods will get rid of all Zoo creatures, right?
Anger of the Gods does 3.
Wanda Cutter is 3/3?
I assume that Zoo's got Tarmogoyf in there. That survives
Rest
your
in peace
typical
and Anger of the Gods. Bring in Rest in Peace and bring in Anger of the Gods. Your guy's so tiny, can do stuff. Don't you know it?
I wish we could get back to the booth camera so
No,
we could see Sid's doing his mocking dance to 4 Tarmogoyf.
Oh, Tarmogoyf. So yeah, Walnut Cutter would be a 3/3. So Anger of the Gods would be perfect game plan for against Zoo. So
Mr. Roar probably is on the play here. He's looking at his hand.
Helix, am I seeing I don't know. Is that Talia? It looks like Talia.
He definitely had some Talias to look at. He's going to go down to 19 off of Delta. What's he going to fetch here?
Oh, a tap. Why now fetch? Maybe he's afraid of Shadow of Doubt.
Looks like a Gala Shrine.
Yeah, Godless Strike from Nick Raw, and we see a turn 1, so that's 2 Colonnade from Phil again. I love the turn 1 Colonnade play because, having a tap land you don't want to play later in the game. Sometimes can be wrong though.
Alright, is it going to be GG? He just drew Goblin Guide.
Win games.
I do love me swinging with a Goblin Guide.
Or play the Talia instead. Shock the Blood Crypt, play Talia, and go.
Okay.
Because right now it would slow Phil game plan a lot down if he were to play Talia right now, right? Being tapped out.
That's true. A lot of his cards would just have to wait an extra turn, and that could be enough time for Zoo to get there. So here is Thalia. I am not a huge fan of that card being played against me, but you definitely have to respect her.
She is pretty feisty.
Alright.
The fetch. If Phil has a boat, he will boat now, right? Do you think?
Well, let's see. Fetching gives him two mana, so 1 extra pay, and looks like
The boat's happening.
it
still taps him out.
That's what's going to get on here. So here comes GG. Is that what?
GG. Goblin Guide and Morgan Nakata, right?
He's got Siege Rhino in the hand, but he's going to have to wait at least a turn for that card. If he's got Wild Nakata, he can go Wild Nakata Guide and pass after that.
I want to see what you have in your top deck, sir. Go Wild Nakata.
So this is more like what
Zoo.
we'd want for Zoo.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Seaver Extract from the top of Phil Silverman's deck. Oh man, play land, pass the turn, I guess, from Phil.
That seems a reasonable play. It looks like that's Steam Vents there.
Right now, if I were Nick, I would not want to play any cards to try to scare my opponent that I might have an answer to your turn 3 tap, do stuff.
So if you're Phil Silverman, do you wait for attacks and to flash out Exarch?
Wait for a text flash out Exarch to tap a creature?
To tap down Wild Nakata, or
I would take the damage, and then if I have the pieces to go off, I would go off. But then again, Nick has open mana. So if I don't know what he has in his hand, I like to be ballsy and just go off.
Well, what can you see out of Phil Silverman's hand?
2 remands, 1 Deceiver. I see a twin in his hand. I don't think I see a 4th land though. He might have the 4th land in hand. But I know this is 2 remands. One of them is a Deceiver, right? Because
Yeah, I definitely saw a Deceiver. So maybe you just eat this attack, Deceiver at end of turn. Oh, he's holding him up. Maybe he's going to make that line of play we discussed earlier, where
by tapping one of the creatures.
Yeah, maybe he just doesn't want to take the beatdown. It's interesting because if you're Nick Rohr, what do you do if he flashes out Pestermite or or Deceiver here. Oh, he's gonna let the attack happen. Where's the goblin?
Trigger on the stack.
Oh, he's gonna trigger on the stack with
Fetch.
Someone online was just doing the math that it makes so much sense to do this to increase the chances of being on a land
By shuffling
by fetching prior to the Goblin Guide trigger. Like I forget the math, but it was at least a couple percentage points higher. And it works out for him in this case.
Nice work,
So,
Phil Superman.
Thanks for the gift guide.
And Phil is just taking the 5 points of damage from Nick Raw.
Alright, so that puts him at 12. And here comes Siege McGee.
Oh man, that's tapping out.
But, Nick, you're going to have to hope you dodge some stuff here because I think, isn't he just dead because he's got the land now from Goblin Guide and he's got Deceiver?
Yep. Man. But to Nick's Raw's defense, he had no other answers. He had what's that? Lightning Helix. That's not gonna stop it. But I would hold my mana. Like against Twin, I would not try to push because tapping out means you enabling me to go off. I'm like, I'll give you a wide grin. I'm like, I got you, sir.
Yep, we just don't have any answers.
But I would try to play the mind games, like I have an open mana, go and combo off.
Just I dare you.
Yeah, I dare you.
I dare you.
You have it.
When you just open up the door to just say I've got my guy, and now I've got Twin, and a million Deceiver Exarchs are gonna be coming to pay you a visit very shortly.
Hello there, kind sir. Thanks for tapping out. This is what happens when you play against Twin. I can't visit you all day, all night. But yeah, I feel like Nick could have tried to bluff that match. I mean, Magic is partly bluff games, right?
It is. You do definitely want to play some mind games, but I think Phil's probably thinking he's in a good position, and he might just call that bluff every single time if there's open mana. Just say, if you got it, you got it,
yeah.
and if
because
you don't, I
then
win
again,
now.
he already had game one.
Yeah.
Like Phil had game one, so I think
he could play a little looser and.
Yep. I agree with that play, but but still, the bluffing would mentally distort your opponent's mind state and make him think twice.
Not the spell.
Yeah, no pun intended, but think twice about wanting to go out, because there are many times when I was playing against opponents, especially when I was in Omaha, where I would reconsider my plays. Like, he has open mana. Should I go off now, or should I just wait? But yeah, sometimes I do call the bluff. I pay for it, and then I learn my lesson. I was like, okay, I'm not going to try to force it again. And I mean, it makes me more conservative with how I play my spells after a while. But yeah, I mean, I think it creates this state of mind where you want to reconsider your thoughts. But by tapping out and playing the Siege right now, man, that must feel really good, Phil Silverman. I am so jealous. I wish I could play Zoo all day and people tap out against me all day. And even after they see the top deck that I had Deceiver and still tap out. I want to play that game all day. But yeah, so do you think we could have enough time for another game?
We've got 30 minutes, so I don't know how you do if we can move other folks to the.
I'll try to move other folks. You can talk to the gang here, and we have 2 new followers. We have Zappy Fry and Quiet Sam. Thanks for the follow. Really, really appreciate you guys following us. Thanks for the support.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. Thanks for coming and watching some Modern here. We're going to try and get you some more matches going on, because that was a quick win for Mr. Silverman there.
Yeah.
Nick may have to change his last name from Roar to something else, like Nick Whisper or something. No, I'm just kidding.
Just kidding.
Nick,
we're just
playing
messing
with
around.
you.
If you're watching this, yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna try to get a few another game for you guys to see because we have 30 minutes on the clock, and Baru is gonna entertain you with you guys.
I don't know about entertain, but I can certainly try to talk for random stuff about a random amount of time about random stuff. Especially since we do not have, we're going to have different people to look at here. Lots of decks, a lot of time still in the round. In the meantime, I guess I'm curious about what the stream thinks about the PPTQs. We are going to have a PPTQ this weekend at Dice Dojo. I'll be there judging. And then next weekend here at MTG Card Market, we'll also have a PPTQ. So both of those are going to be standard. I know a lot of you are Modern fans, but any thoughts on that in the stream? And then Zapping Fry asks, what are everyone's thoughts on Tassiger and Modern? I personally am interested in seeing that card get some more play. I think it's justified its $10 price tag, certainly in standard. The thought of being able to rebuy spells in Modern where spells are that much more powerful, I think that's very interesting. And again, maybe there's an enterprising deck builder that is going to be out there and take advantage of that. Crimson Viper demands Dredgevine on camera or I will have tables flipped. We'll have to look into that. I'm not quite sure who all is going to be on Dredgevine and how they're doing. We try to get some of your 2-0 matches to you for round 3. Dredgevine's an interesting deck. I think it's another deck that might move into the space that's opened up with the recent bans of Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time. I'm looking to a more and more diverse field, although we've largely been seeing, at least today at MTG Card Market, the twin decks having success. So it looks like Sid has found a couple new players to move over to our feature match area, and I can't wait for him to tell us more about what we're going to be looking at. Obviously, this is not Nick Rohr and Phil Silberman playing. We're going to have a couple other players going at it. Somebody from the chat seems to think that it is one of those decks is going to be a Tezzerator type deck. That's looking like some Faeries there on our left. I definitely saw a Mistbind Click, and it looks like that's a Bitter Blossom. And the sort of counter spells. It's Secluded Glen. Cards like that are pretty much the hallmark of Faeries. And here comes Sid to tell us a little bit more about who we're going to be watching for the rest of round 2. Sid, who we got?
We got Mark on the right, who's playing Tezzeret control. And, where is Mark's opponent? Jackson Wilson, playing Blue-Black Faeries.
Alright, so which of you... what happened in game 1 with these guys? Do you know?
Good question. Should have asked. We will see who's playing, Chris.
All right, so we got Tezzerator versus Blue-Black Faeries. We got a fist bump. We got some good sportsmanship going on. It should be a fun match.
Before we go on, always never ask your opponent, the players, what deck they're playing in front of their opponent. I just made that mistake in front of Mark, and he's supposed to. So, Mark, you're playing what again? And I'm like, oh shit. The opponent didn't know. The opponent thought it was on Affinity, but I thought it was Affinity. But I guess I blew that one up.
See,
ooh. Somebody knocked the camera.
Yeah, that looks
but
like we need to get that fixed. because being off center is oddly unnerving.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that fixed. Oh boy. Oh boy.
All right, so, and if you could find out what the match scores, that'd be sweet too. All right, so we've got players shuffling up, and we're gonna get the camera adjusted here. Looks like Mark has done a lot of that, and the player. It still needs to be moved over a little bit, I think, ideally, but so
Okay,
we've got a few inches to still go. And here the players are with their opening hands. We're still trying to ascertain because we just jumped to this match after Phil Silverman won the match 2-0. So it looks like.
Blueback Faeries got game 1.
All right, so it looks like he's going to go down to 6 here.
Who's going down to 6?
The Blue-Black Faeries player.
Good gracious.
So who do you like in this matchup? Blue-Black Faeries versus Tezzeret. See, you can't answer Twin every time. You're going to have to think about it. So.
I will say Twin. I want to say Mark.
Why Tezzeret?
Because it's Mark. Nah, I'm a Blue-Black Fairy player as well, but, you know, I love Mark. So I'm going to support you, Mark, because I leak out what deck you were running.
Yeah, I suppose there's a certain element of Mark is one of the minds behind this stream. So so Sid's going to be batting for the home team. I think it's interesting because obviously back when Blue-Black Faeries was in Standard, it was dominant in Standard. That deck was just about everywhere, and now that it's in Modern, it certainly has not had that same level of dominance to the point of oppressiveness. I know that Blue-Black Faeries has done well enough to win some PTQs. All the cards are still very powerful. You still have your access to your cryptic commands. You still have your Vendilion clicks. You still have Mistbind click. And you still have Bitter Blossom now. Plus assorted dual lands, like we've got River of Tears, I believe, that's out for Jackson. And an Inquisition is going to take away what card?
Nothing. Yeah, I didn't see the Inquisition taking out anything.
I believe that's Inquisition.
Yeah.
Correct?
Might have not taken out anything at all because might not have a target for it.
Ooh, that is the worst when Inquisition whiffs.
I want to say he's at 17 from the Fetch and Shock. To play the Execution.
Executioner's Capsule.
Yeah.
This is one of my first times actually seeing Tezzeret in play, and even though I don't get to come physically out here to MTG Card Market often for Modern, I sometimes look at what people post about what decks are going well, and I know Mark has often been on Tezzeret and done pretty well with it. So we'll see how he does here.
For me personally, I've never seen the deck before. Tezzeret.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad you're here. So you know the deck.
I don't know it very well.
So help me out.
I'll do what I can. Sid, I'll do what I can.
So what colors they play?
So usually Tezzeret is blue black, but it's looking like he at least has access to white in his build, this Mark McManus. And
we see a trading post getting negated that last turn from Mark's turn, and now he's trying to play Bitter Blossom, and that's in play. Okay, that's his better.
that's
in
at
play.
the battlefield. So we'll be seeing some Fairy Rogues very shortly, I imagine. And
Ooh,
that's an
and the
engineered explosives.
For 2? Oh, for 2.
But
Oh, it's getting counted for 2. Kill off the Splinter sprite in response. He could do that, right? Because then there's one last fairy trigger.
right, but it looks like he's going to let that resolve. And here comes our first of what Jackson probably hopes will be many fairy rogues.
Ghost Quarter from Jackson right now.
Alright, so beats from Spellstrutter's right. I didn't do that intentionally. I just am really bad at the English language.
Okay, we see activation from Academy Ruins from Mark, and I failed to change Mark's name. Sorry, Mark. I'm failing you so badly right now.
Everybody knows who Mark McManus is.
I hope they do. You guys all should know who's Mark. Should I put a junior? Yes.
Why not? He is a junior.
So the Ghost Quarter just hit the Academy Ruins after. Is that in response to getting activation? The trading post, yeah. So he's getting a trading post.
So he's going to try and get trading post back online. And I think that's a fun card. I'd like to see that get some more play.
Oh, Click is going to take it away.
Oh.
Draw another trading post. Go, Mark. You can do it. I have faith.
Faith in the heart of the cards that he's going to rip another trading code?
Oh, is it? I see it's a sorry, my magic ran out on you, Mark. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work that way. Because maybe you're not playing the deck I like. No, just kidding. Don't really know this deck very well. But yeah, we have trading posts up there on the screen. And why is it so good in Tezzeret?
Well, because it does a lot of things. That versatility is very, very
And
good.
make cows.
You can it does make goats, but you know, sometimes in a control deck like Tezzerator is, you're going to want to gain life. Sometimes you're going to want to chump block. Sometimes, because the deck is full of different artifacts, you are going to want to trade up from one artifact to the next. And of course, sometimes you're just going to want to draw cards until you get to your key cards, which of course include Tezzeret the Seeker or Tezzeret Agent of Bolus. Most versions of the deck play both, and both, you know, can be win cons for you.
Interesting. Still think it's very funny you make goats or cows. Same difference. But yep.
I don't think the goats would agree that it's the same thing. So, but
Tastes the same. It all tastes the same, sir. Oh, Buried Ruin. Taking back explosives.
Snared.
This Jackson guy just had all the answers.
See, that's the blue-black fairies that people have come to love or hate depending on your mindset.
Like, yeah, you don't get play anything. I will have to say to that.
And my Bitter Blossom guys are gonna
Just
get you.
Just beat you silly all day, all night. And we have a new follow. Andy92, thanks for the follow. Weirdo, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated.
Curse Catcher says that Jackson needs to get fairy tokens. And isn't that half the fun of the deck? And I agree. Let's get some style going on. And there's lots of fairy rogue tokens to choose from. There's the Wizards of the Coast ones. I think Star City Games has some. Mm-hmm. Or you can even just go creative and play different other cards as tokens. But dice not quite as sweet as.
I agree. I have my own set of fairy tokens. What do you see? What do you think would be the next play here? I mean, it feels very stagnant right now. Like, oh, I'm gonna get a token, pass the turn. No, I get a token, beat you down, pass the turn. Get a token, beat you down, pass the turn.
Well, that is the advantage of blue-black fairies. It's got a lot of control elements. I assume that Jackson's got at least one counterspell in hand. We'll see if there's a relevant card. So that's
Wellspring.
That's Ichor Wellspring, I believe. And so he's looking to draw a card. That's Jackson is going to let that resolve. It's not that crucial in and of itself, but of course, it's part of Mark possibly getting critical mass when he can get 2 cards off of it by sacking permanents.
Mm-hmm. But it's not like a win con, right?
No. It's just an enabler kind of card. So there are various. We already saw our friend Trading Post sacking Icar Wellspring to get not just 1 card but 2 cards is extra sweet, right?
Yeah. Bitter Blossom just so good.
But Bitter Blossom may just run away with this game unless Mark can get some traction here.
Oh yeah. We see a duress from Jackson and bye. Elixir Immortality.
Yes, not so immortal are you now, Elixir.
5 damage in the air from Jackson.
Just for Sid.
Oh, 4 damage.
Cause
one other one.
the one other one's got a chill for a turn. Now,
this is nasty.
if you're not even going to have Fairy Rogue tokens, I think you should have the non-summoning sick dice all be the blue ones, and then just have the green one be the one that's kind of queasy and not able to go to the red zone. But
what can Mark draw now to save him from this misery?
I'm assuming that there's some sort of sweeper in Mark's build, and there's an elixir, so he may very well stave off at least some of the damage that's coming his way.
More tokens. Tokens beat all day, sir.
Yeah, it's looking a little rough unless
Oh,
Mark
that
can
we
get a sweeper.
see.
He's probably looking for one of his engineered explosives. I don't know if his particular build has something like Damnation.
So that's 8. That's Exexies, but he's using the elixir right now to put him up 5 more points of life.
Is it?
Because that's
a creeping tar pit.
Yeah. So 3 points plus 3, 4, 5. So that's 8 points of damage. Am I right?
So he'll be on 5, assuming that everything
goes well.
Goes as it should.
I mean, he could trick bind and then fizzle that trigger. But yeah, it's like, I have all the answers. Like literally have all the answers.
So he's gonna need to have a sweeper right here to get out of this bind. Even explosives isn't that great because he'll still have he's
Creeping
still,
Tar Pit and
still have the tar pit and
the one spell stutter. Ooh, we see the Tezzeret, sir.
Alright, so let's see what Tezzeret does. Tezzeret Agent of Bolus. It's always good getting a name, the card that your deck is named after, right?
He's doing the draw effect. No, the look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may review an artifact from among them and put them in your hand, and put the rest at the bottom of your library in any order. So he's +1. He +1. What do you think Mark can get out of here right now to save him from this misery? Engineer Explosive again.
Engineer Explosives would be good.
Top 4 cards. Top 5 cards. Okay. Yeah, Explosive for 0. We'll just slow things down though. Slow things down. Buy him a turn. But that's horrible that he still has the spells there in hand. But then again, if you put it for 0, it doesn't matter if he has spells there in the hand.
It's tough. He's
I feel like Mark is being all desperate now.
He's just all he's got is a handshake, and that is going to be Jackson Wilson winning this match 2-0.
I hope it's not my fault that I leak out that Mark's playing Tezzeret control and causing the game.
I'm pretty sure that with those draws, not much is going to save Mark. Turn 2 Bitter Blossom is why that card was originally banned when Modern started. They, of course, opened it up to experiment with it, and Bitter Blossom hasn't been, again, oppressive, but it certainly was impressive here because there were not too many options for Mark to get rid of that horde of fairy rogues.
Oh yeah, like once you let Bitter Blossom stays on the board after one, I mean, just let it alone stay there. It's pretty much detrimental for you downhill.
Yeah, there's and Snaring Bridge, but that seems like it would have taken a while to have much of an effect.
Yeah. Because the 1/1s,
1/1s are gonna slip over that bridge every time for quite some time.
take one. Take one. Yeah, they were like all 1/1s for like the longest time, beating him down. So I don't know about the snaring bridge play. Maybe it would stop Creeping Tar Pit though. Like I mean, definitely stop Creeping Tar Pit because Tar Pit is 3/2. What else would I think? Yeah, like I said, I'm not very sure about the Tezzeret control deck. I'm not sure what's the game plan. So like, tell me more about it, Raul. Like how do you win with Tezzeret?
Well, basically, one way to win is you ult Tezzeret Agent of Bolus, and then you have critical mass with a bunch of artifacts. That there's so many artifacts in the deck to choose from that you can just take somebody down from even a high life total to just dead if you manage to stabilize early enough. Tezzeret the Seeker, I believe, is the other main win con, and again, assembling the correct sort of grouping of artifacts could prove deadly.
So Tezzeret needs artifacts to enable the whole. It's like combo.
Yeah, there are two different combos. I mean, one way of winning is, of course, once you stabilize, you can just run people out of cards with your elixirs and just be like, okay, you can't kill me. I'm just going to keep on getting these cards now. And, oh, you decked yourself? That's too bad. There are some more aggressive game plans, but...
Okay.
Unfortunately, Mark did not manage to find a way to execute any of those because he was just under too much pressure from Jump Street.
Okay. Wow. You sure know a lot about Tezzeret control. I'm impressed, right? I have to say I'm really impressed. Because, I mean, I play for a guy that, I mean, I don't play as long as a lot of players, but I mean, I've been playing a lot. And I haven't really seen the deck, in motion or in actual plays until tonight. I'm actually glad that you're here tonight,
wow.
so to help me out.
I'm glad I'm here too. Maybe in one of the later rounds we'll see Tezzeret stand up and get counted a little bit more than it was, unfortunately, for Mark this round.
So what else? Do you want to give the first Ghostly Prison away?
Well,
we have 7 minutes on the clock.
I will give the second Ghostly Prison away because I want to watch and see how you...
The first one? So guys, tonight... Whoa! Flying cards hidden in Ghostly Prisons.
I think you need to put that Ghostly Prison on lockdown because...
Anyway, guys, welcome back to the booth. I'm Sydney, this is Raul, our guest speaker for tonight. Also... Thanks to MTG Card Market here in lovely Chicago, Illinois, on 1142 West Belmont. They are nice enough.
1040.
Oh, 1042? 1042. Oh, 1051.
1051.
1051 West Belmont.
1142.
Yeah.
If you go to 1142 West Belmont, you'll be in a shock if you're looking for MTG Card Market. We are right here.
Anyway. Tonight, thanks to MTG Card Market, on 1051 West Belmont here in Chicago, Illinois, they are kind enough to give away 2 Spanish foil Ghostly Prison from Champions of Kamigawa.
So we're going to give one away now. On the chat, we're being told to put on the title that there is a giveaway. Yep. So I don't know if you want to take care of that or you just...
On the chat? Yeah, that's a giveaway. What? Type that in the chat?
It says, please put on the title that there is a giveaway, so I don't...
Let me find the title. Title, sir.
See, I'm like the unfrozen caveman lawyer here. I don't, all this modern technology scares and frightens me.
We can work with that later when Mark comes back. Anyway, I'm going to start the poll before the next round happens. I'm going to give away this one here. So, foily Spanish Ghostly Prison from Champions of Kamigawa. And here, let me see. Open the raffle. Open raffle. Open raffle. This is
There's a chat raffle thing.
yeah, it's a chat raffle. So this is open raffle. The raffle has entries in it. Do you want to reset it? Yes, reset raffles. Raffle is chat. Open the raffle. Enter chat with exclamation mark raffle. Okay, raffle is open, guys. So if you want to win this within the next 5-6 minutes or so, type exclamation mark raffle, and you can stand a chance to win this shiny pretty card.
It is pretty.
Oh my god, I love the original art for Ghost of Prison over the one with the wolf and swords. This is actually pretty cool. Right?
You know, one of the things I would like to see now that time has passed is a return to Kamigawa. I think that...
Oh, that would be so sweet. But not many people love Kamigawa. I mean, every time I talk about drafting Kamigawa, I was like, no. Horrible set. Bushido? No. Ninjutsu? No.
I think that research and development has advanced significantly, and I think that it would be... I think that there's a lot of interesting backstory that we could try to get out if we learn from our mistakes. Because I'll be honest, when I was back in the day, I was playing still Kamigawa. Did not love that draft format, but I did like the backstory. And
They had a very good backstory too. They have a very good backstory, and I did love the lore for Kamigawa as well.
And I did love ninjas, so bringing back ninjas as a creature type would be pretty
Anyway,
sweet.
are you guys done with your exclamation mark raffle? When Raul gives the call, we will close the raffle and draw a name. Curse Catcher, you mentioned that. Curse Catcher, you mentioned that Raul is a silly goose. Why you say that? And we might know Curse Catcher. Do you think you might know who Curse Catcher is?
I really don't.
Shaver.
Oh, okay.
He's now I raffle Sydney. You can't raffle me. I'm not up for raffle.
Sydney is not for sale at any price. He's a precious commodity.
No raffle for me. Raul. So Matthias83 said Raul is right. Is it doing it right? He's talking about Kamigawa.
Yeah, there are a lot of planes that I would love a return to, and there are a lot of planes that I'd love to explore. Personally, one of my favorite blocks was back in Mirage, and there were a lot of good cards in Mirage block. I would love to return to Jamura at some point, but there's so many planes, and if they just revisited all of them, that would be the next 10 years of Magic or more. But
True.
yeah, it's been a while since we've been on Magic's main plane. I think, when was the last time that we were, maybe Time Spiral? Could that possibly be right? That was the last time?
I have very little knowledge about the law way back. Yeah,
Okay.
I started Mirrodin?
Someone in the chat asked, what plane would you not want to return to?
It's XYZKILL3R asked that question.
Obviously, the plane that never needs to be revisited is whatever plane's Homelands was on. I think I actually would like to see some of those characters be remade into planeswalkers. Like Baron Sengir would be a badass planeswalker if they did him right. But in the entire block, there's just maybe 4 playable cards, and the rest just leaves too bad a taste in one's mouth. So,
okay.
So someone else in chat is confirming that Time Spiral was the last time we were back in the quote-unquote main plane of Magic Dominaria.
And that's Captain Kit Kat. I think it's Captain CPT is Captain, right? For acronyms. Short form. Captain Kit Kat said Time Spiral was the last time they went back to the original plane.
So there's something to be said for having some more time on Shiv and on Llanowar Forest and all those great things that when we first started Magic, or when I first started Magic, I loved about the flavor of that whole multiverse. It wasn't really even a multiverse. It was just Okay, here's who we got. We got, all these things from our. Oh, I'm gonna be horrible with all these flavors. It's Argothia and Teleria and all those places.
Man, I feel like I'm missing out because I don't play from that set, and I should. Oh, didn't play during that time, and I should play sets like that. Okay, we have like no time left.
So let's see who wins our raffle.
Closing the raffle. No more I raffle or I waffle or whatever. Exclamation raffle. Okay, I'm gonna close it. Close. And no, you cannot raffle for Raul. Okay. Curse Catcher was raffle for you. I mean, it's up to you. But anyway, we're gonna draw now. Let's see who wins this lovely Spanish foil Ghostly Prison from Champions of Kamigawa. And we're gonna draw. So we click the draw button. Apocamus.
Apocamus.
Congratulations!
Congratulations, Apocamus. You're going to be able to put somebody in a foily Spanish ghostly prison, or as I like to say it, Priseo Phantasmagoria.
Yeah, congratulations.
I'm just taking a look at that, and maybe it's they don't print cards in Portuguese, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Spanish.
They do print cards in Portuguese.
Maybe that is Portuguese.
Let's see what they are printed in. Can't you see cards printed language there? Portuguese.
So it is Portuguese. I apologize for giving you a little bit of.
It's not my fault.
Mistaken information, but I hope you'll be satisfied with the Portuguese. Ghostly Prison.
Apocalypse said nobody expects the Spanish Ghostly Prison.
And even fewer people expect the Portuguese Spanish prison. So, but that is what. Actually, looking at these closely, one of them is Spanish and one of them is Portuguese. So this one here, Priseo Phantasmagorica,
is Portuguese. So, Apocalypse, you actually want the Spanish version. Then that's for you. Portuguese will be Raul's turn to give out.
Fair enough.
So there was no real mistake. It's just that we got mind tricked. Or, mentally not prepared to see different language.
What's your favorite non-English language, Sid?
German.
Yeah.
German cards are really nice. Who won? Apocalypse won. Announced as winner in chat. Yep, Apocalypse has won the raffle. And here's Sharon giving us our third round of pairings. Who do you guys want to see tonight?
Sydney versus Raul.
Sydney versus Raul. Yes, let's do it. Let's go out there.
Well, Dan Daddario won his second match, but that's another twin match.
No, I don't think you want to see another twin match. I mean, I'm all for twin,
then
but
Phil is the winner. So let's move to Greg Pito. Well, he's playing Phil.
Superman. What else do we have?
So we got Puri. Do you know what he's on, Sid?
Apur is on Tez.
Another Tezzeret?
Yup.
He's playing Jackson Wilson too.
So,
and that's the Blue-Black Faeries. What do you guys want to see? Team White. Who's the burn player? Do we know who? I should have asked. Okay, do you want to see Storm though? No, Storm is playing against Mark. How about Junk?
let's go for it.
Junk? Can we see Junk?
Who's Junk?
Arthur Linney.
Oh, Arthur and his opponent.
Yeah, Arthur and his opponent.
And Devang.
Devang.
Alright.
Hi, Christian.
Okay, yeah.
Ryan.
Cool.
Alright. Hello.
Thanks.
I want to see not burn.
I want to see not burn. Yeah, we're not having burn. Maybe Devang is burned. I have no
Who's
promises.
So somebody on chat keeps on wanting Dredgevine. Do you know who's on Dredgevine? Because we haven't seen it.
I actually haven't seen anybody on Dredgevine yet. I might be wrong. I should maybe if this round ends early, we might. I will go and see if we can pull a Dredgevine deck for you guys to watch in game. Right now, I'm gonna take us a lovely face off the booth. Congrats again, Apocalypse, for winning our first raffle. We might do the next raffle after round 3 or round 4, depending on the judges'
We'll see
feelings
what we
about
do.
Okay, we're gonna remove the booth right now. So we have Artillery on the right and Divang Amin on the left. I can't speak today. So this is round 3. Match records change. So what do you know about Junk?
Well, typically Junk is got your mix of pretty beatdown oriented black, white, or green creatures, and I think at some point we're gonna switch to it being called Abzan because you don't like Abzan.
I really don't like the new names. No, don't like the new names. I have forbid myself from ever calling the decks by the new names. I'm like Junk, American, Patriot. Not what's that word? Jeskai? No.
What are you like? It's
Hipster.
UWR ascendancy. I mean, how do you get around?
Hey, don't judge.
I can't help myself. All right, so we got this match going on. Devang Amin versus Arthur Lin, and
Arthur Lin is on Junk, and I wonder what's Devang Amin on. I see the jacket before. Feel like I know this person. What's the record? Okay, yeah, they're both 1 and 2. 1 and this is round 3. 1 and 1.
Yeah.
Let me update the records. I love the new Junk actually because of Siege Rhino, because Siege Rhino is such a good card. Don't you agree?
Siege Rhinos can be pretty unfair, but
do you think it's not as good as a Dark Confidant or
well, that's
the
the thing. You can play the two side by side, and one of them will give you cards in exchange for life, and one will just give you life and beatdowns. So, I would, I definitely could see those. It looks like
I have a feeling this opponent is playing Zu the Enchanter.
Zur the Enchanter?
Yeah, I might be wrong. Okay, I might be wrong.
That's the deck?
Hey, it is a deck. Might look like Zur. We will, only time will tell.
Alright, so Arthur's going down to 6, it looks like here?
Yep, he's going down to 6.
Alright, do we know who's on the play or draw set?
No, we don't yet. Have they shuffled yet? They should have shuffled yet.
Yeah,
I mean, they should have rolled for dice.
Yes.
Maybe they rolled before they went to the table, so nope, we won't know until somebody starts playing first. Let's put up Siege right now. Oh, wait.
Alright, so here comes Devang, and it's hard for me to tell what that card is. It looks like maybe Flooded
Strands. Yep. Flooded Strands go, and looks like Archer plays first. Go. I don't know. I always feel like if you're playing Junk, I would want to keep a hand, but because he had to mull, I understand. But
yeah, beggars can't be choosers, Sid. So he may Flooded Strand into Steam Vents tapped, and here comes turn 2.
Let's see if he's actually on Zur the Enchanter, because I see Mana Leak, Boats, and Lightning Helix, and that looks like Zur, because I see the little.
And here comes
there.
another Flooded Strand.
Ooh, nice Twilight Mire, Archer Lenny. Goif, Mana Leak.
Goif. I don't think you run Goif out into.
What's that card?
Inquisition. That's
so maybe black. Tap to filter mana to 2 blacks, because there's nothing 1 mana green. So I think ideally you put 2 blacks. Would you mana leak that card? Or let it resolve?
I don't know what's in Devang's hand.
You know which one's
yeah.
Yes. Has the MTG card markers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, if I don't like allowing my opponent to have that information, so he had a mana leak in hand.
Should I mana leak?
I'm maybe a little bit more aggressive here, but then again, the fact that he's tapped out for we don't know if it's black or black green but so he may even have another card a discard spell in hand of some sort.
So we have somebody mentioning that Kid Fridge says Divine looks like he's an American.
Oh, okay.
So let's leave it as American first, because I see even Mind Sensor, and then Malik's, Helix, and Boats. So I'm not sure if it's American Midrange or American Geist Burn.
Maybe it's American Delver, despite the loss of Treasure Cruise and you don't like that deck anymore?
Delver, I never actually played Delver before, but yeah.
Maybe it's another American Splinter Twin.
Ooh.
Okay, so somebody in the chat was asking who I am. I'm Raul Moad. I'm a level 2 judge, very, very occasional player. You'll most often find me drafting. In terms of playing, I end up judging a lot of the higher level tournaments in the Chicago area, so you may have seen me around at one of those dressed in black.
We have here Malik, Courser of Crufix from Divang. Oh, and it is mid-range.
And here comes Geist.
Oh, that's gonna be rough. No, I have no clue how would Archer deal with the guys apart from blocking it. Play a Seed Rhino, block. Because Divang, from what we saw, it didn't have a Path to Exile, so Archer isn't that worried about, his creatures getting path.
Well, it looks like Arthur probably wants some more land, because doesn't he have a Siege Rhino in hand that he's just gonna go for more hand disruption here.
Yeah.
And it's got to be nice when you're like, I've got all this.
Yep, all the answers.
I've got some lightning helix, a lightning bolt. He's going to take Aven Mind Sensor.
What do you think? What would you take? Would you also approach the Mind Sensor instead?
It's tough because you don't want to have. I think Mind Sensor is a good call. You don't want to have all the fetch lands basically turned off, especially since it looks like Arthur is a little slow on land. You don't necessarily want the additional beatdowns that a creature can bring here. So I think that's a pretty good call.
I almost forgot that Junk actually played Liliana, and people in chat all say Lily is great against guys like Piper Time. He mentioned Lily is great against guys, and I forgot about that. Thanks for the reminder. So Liliana would be a choice, option to do with guys of same trap.
It definitely would be, but it's looking like he's got a limited window to get that Liliana online.
Because knowing Divang's hand, he don't really have an answer to deal with Liliana right at this point. So, but wonder what Arthur's hand. I seen the Erupt Decay. I seen the Siege right now.
Well, Arthur just passes the turn. That doesn't seem like it could be particularly good.
And he's just taking the 6 points of damage.
Going to be down to 6 now. And so it looks like this is his last shot to find some sort of answer.
Actually, Divang got this game pretty much because of Boat and Lightning Helix.
Yep, and Arthur's figured that out.
Having to mull as a Junk player is pretty horrendous, to be honest. I mean, and not being able to turn 1 effectively do something like, turn 1 Inquisition does make the game a little bit more different. What do you think, Raul?
Again, it was sort of a runaway there with the Vang establishing pressure straight from the top, and Arthur didn't really. Normally, it seems like Junk would be the beatdown here, and he just did not have anything that he could do against Geist. It's so interesting to me that Geist is on the one hand just such a fragile 2/2, but it's often able to get there unopposed when your opponent stumbles, when you can remove whatever potential blocker there is.
Yeah.
And it definitely showed flexed its muscles there.
Yeah. Christian Rai asks, Sydney is Infector. Yes, we have an Infect player tonight. If I will see if we can get him on camera if we have the time. What else?
What do you think of an Infect as a deck in Modern? I know that Tom Ross has played it to some fair success at some of the bigger tournaments.
Yes. I like Infect. I think it has a game, but still, there's still many boat decks, and if once they stumble upon one of the raid decks, I feel like they just crumble. And Spellskite is still a thing, because people bring Spellskite against Splinter Twin, so they bring also against Burn. So people are bringing against Infect, and Infect just flow to Spellskite. I would ideally rather play Boggles.
See,
Hexproof all day, sir, all day.
I'm a little scared of Boggles because if your opponent goes Chalice, that's gonna cause your day to come to a pretty quick end. Engineered Explosives does. There's some different cards that are going to be out there in the format that are going to make it really tough for you. And then there's also the inherent problem of sometimes you're going to draw creatures but no spells to enchant them with. Sometimes you're going to draw tons of enchantments and then be creature light and wondering what you're supposed to do from there.
Okay. But would you agree that it's all life draw for Boggles? Because you play very little light. Lots of enchantment, very small amount of creatures. All your draws will be life draws of, enchantments.
That's true. But then the other thing is there are a lot of decks that just punish you. Like if Ensnaring Bridge ever comes down, what do you do against that?
Excuse me, sir? Can I attack, please?
My deck is on lockdown.
I guess I do nothing now? Anyway, back to the game. What do you think Archer or Devang brought in against this match? Oh, we see Archer mulligan again.
That's going to be a little heartbreak. But actually, both of these people are going to go down to 6, presumably. And so at least there's an even keel on that. I don't know super much on what's in each of these decks' sideboards. Devang, of course, did not even get to see very much of what Arthur might be on, so he would just be...
Would you sideboard the Geist out?
I think that Geist is still a very good card against basically any matchup because, because again, if you get a turn 3 Geist and then a turn 4 removal spell for whatever your opponent's creature is, then in you go for 6 damage, and you only have to do that a few times to win the game, as we just saw with game 1.
Mm-hmm. What about, since your opponent's on the play, would you try to force a Geist on turn 3?
I definitely would put him to the test with Geist as soon as I could. Now, I guess part of the problem here for Devang is, again, he probably doesn't know anything about what Arthur is on. He saw a few lands and some discard. So, what does he put him on? What do you think that he's like on something crazy like 8 rack or junk as he actually is? I'm not even sure if he saw enough to say Arthur could be on like black-white tokens or something.
True. The Twilight Mire though.
There's Twilight Mire, so that might not be a very good.
But Devang didn't see white at all.
Yeah.
No white. He's playing junk and Devang doesn't see white, so that might give Archer the upper hand. And we see Archer playing Radiant Catacombs and passing turn, and Devang's doing the same.
So Arthur on 19. And what's he gonna fetch here? Presumably Overgrown Tomb.
Overgrown Tomb, yeah. Ideally Overgrown Tomb, Temple Guardian. So
now the jig's up, and he knows that there's at least some white in the deck.
And I'm guessing maybe Scavenging Ooze turn 2.
Interesting.
Because what else would he have?
He could go for Big Tigo. It's not
It's not big.
big
No.
quite as yet, but you always have to respect the $200 card or however much it's at these days.
Twilight Miter and playing Goyf? Ooze? Scoozy? Scoozy!
Excuse.
Here's the Scavenging Ooze. And then, I mean, it's ideally gonna get bolted, right? Now? No? Maybe?
I think it's a card that if you can get rid of it at a pretty low cost, you do, and I assume Devang's fetching up a land that's capable of giving him that red mana.
He is untapping it.
He's getting Steam Vents untapped, and I'm assuming that Scavenging Ooze is not long for this world.
Goodbye, Mr. Scoozy. Poor Scavenging Ooze.
I do not feel bad for him.
Hey.
He is in the graveyard where
Oh,
another Scavenging Ooze can perhaps feed
True.
on him.
Open mana for a blue
Circle
deck.
of life.
Never like open mana for a blue deck. Leoland, Thoughtseize, or Inquisition him, sir.
Alright, Arthur, how are you going to try and get back in this match? Just shuffling cards isn't going to do it.
Oh man. Poor Arthur. Hope he have answers. Because it seems pretty rough when, control player, open mana. I feel really scared too if I were him.
Alright, so
Just gonna push. Push. For another Scooze. Mana leak.
Well, it looks like he's got. He's going to put a land down, but we see Devang has Lightning Helix, which he's going to employ straight away.
Would you have fetch and try to eat the creature? Oh, in response to the land.
So Devang should be at 20, and Arthur's 2 Scoozes down. What else do you got in the tank, Arthur?
Land. Oh man, I feel like Archer is pretty much. He really needs this hand disruption right now to try to buy him some time.
I don't know. Devang's got 4 cards in the grip?
Yeah, 4 cards. Yeah, 4 cards. I saw a Snapcaster, so Snapcaster can deal with another Scooze if Archer
If
would
need be.
push for another Scooze. I see them mana leak. I want to say two Snapcasters, Hollow Fountain, and he's really shuffling his cards really fast.
See, and here's why Tarmogoyf is a $200 card, because it would be pretty sweet here. We have sorcery land. Oh, but Sea Tyranno's not bad either. So, but is there the counter spell? It looks like there's not. We're going to have an adjustment of life totals here, so Devang's going to be on 17.
Archer was 18 because he fetched, and this is going to
the
put him
kid
21.
on 21, not 121. That'll be an even better Siege Rana. And
Devang's 17.
Alright.
So no leaks. I like that. No leaks.
Alright, so
Yes! Beat down!
the door is open. Let's see what he can do with a Kin Arthur besides swing for 4. It's assuming.
Oh, Snapcaster, you can go to heaven now. Would you, Snapcaster? Oh, he is Snapcaster.
Is using
bolt.
Snapcaster block bolt.
Block bolt the fatty. Trample damage all the way, sir. I think that's checking to see if Hollow Fountain was tapped earlier. It did come into play tap.
Yep.
So Snapcaster, did he choose a target yet?
I don't. Well, I would assume that he chose Bolt, and he's gonna
Bolt the Rhino?
finish Rhino off with Bolt.
But the trample still happens, and
Yes.
he takes 3 points of damage, right?
Yep.
Should put him at 14.
And I believe that we're gonna now see
What?
T-Goyf.
T-Goyf and Lily, maybe?
I don't know what else is in his hand. I know for a fact that he has his Tarmogoyf.
Oh, Goyf is so big right now. We have creature, land, and instant. Oh, man, okay, never mind. I got
It's
hyped up.
still pretty big.
3/4, yeah, 2 mana, 3/4, it's fine. But yeah, what do you? I see Goif. Okay, so Goif.
Oh! Yeah, we were just talking about this, I think, earlier. If Tezzeret the Golden Fang is going to do some work in Modern, and I think that right now it's a pretty good spot for it.
Oh, that's sweet. That's so sweet. And he still has so much open mana. He could tech age.
Wait, and he delved away everything but Siege Rhino, so it's a good chance that when Tezzeret activates,
Siege Rhino is coming back. Oh, that's so sweet.
I'm pretty excited to see this card. I don't know about you,
Keranos.
but here comes Keranos.
But Tezzeret
Tezzeret is gonna.
Maelstrom Power.
Oh,
Goif.
those are all three good options. What would you give back here?
Goif maybe.
I mean, Pulse right now does not.
No pulse. Definitely not pulse. The Siege Rhino is horrible. I mean, you gain 3, I take the 3, and I'm almost dead. A swing with Tezzeret. He gave the pulse.
Well, right now Pulse doesn't do much. I mean, you can't.
Oh yeah.
He can't get.
True.
He can't
Forgot
get,
about the indestructible.
He can't get Keranos quite as yet or ever with Pulse. But it means that the next permanent does not do anything for him because it'll just be pulsed. Tezzeret gets to swing for 4, and if he wants to activate the ability, there's still a few gooders in Arthur's graveyard. So, but instead he opts to play Lily.
And a Goif. Play Goif. This card. Oh yeah, Goif is huge.
Goif's pretty huge. So we got creature, sorcery, instant, and land.
No trigger from
Is there land?
Yeah, land on the Vang side. Yep. So Goif is a 4/5, I assume.
Yep.
Yeah, no trigger. I mean, he got triggered to draw another card because it was a land that flipped, so no bolting damage. But yeah, this is pretty sweet. I really like Archer's State Bomb board right now.
How can you not?
Geist,
Geist into Lily does not seem where you want to be.
Yeah, I don't think so too.
I think Lily is going to
eat.
Oh, Geist! Tezzeret is on tap too, so Lily does what Lily does, and I'm not sure if there's any reasonable other play than to get that guy out of there.
Yeah.
And
bye, Geist of St. Traps, sir.
And here comes
the beatdown.
Oh, a path on Tezzeret. Tezzeret is going to have one last dance of getting one of those sweet cards from the graveyard into Arthur's hand. So
puts 2 cards and get a Thoughtseize land. I like the Thoughtseize in the graveyard now.
Here comes
another Maelstrom Pulse.
The same Maelstrom Pulse because he discarded it to Lily.
Yeah.
But let's see, is there a change in
life total? Yes, because Goif still
got there.
Yep.
And I was also curious if there was a change in Goif's status.
No, no Planeswalker. It's still sorcery, land, instant creature. So it's still 4/5.
Right.
But it does put Devang on a really low life total. Okay, no bolt damage. Lily is so sexy.
She is. She definitely is. So
he has like lots of lands right now. Oh,
so here's another Geist, soon to be met by another Lily activation.
And then,
is that correct? The Lily takes can -2.
I would -2 to not have a blocker for your opponent, but took away the Goif dice.
Alright.
It's still 4/5, I think, because it's the Thoughtseize as a sorcery.
Yeah.
Instance will be Helix, then a path. What do you think Archer would do? Would he activate Lily to sack the Geist again?
I think that's what I would do. I don't know what else is in Arthur's hand, but just swing for 4 unencumbered. Putting Devang to the test where he basically has to have a path to get past even just this turn.
Yeah. Because, I mean, 2 more turns and, Devang's down.
Oh, he's going to Tech Edge. So he just has blue available to him. He didn't path in response, so that's bad medicine for...
Oh, Lily is huge! Oh, and the guy's scoop.
Alright, so scooping for Devang seems...
I mean, not Garth is huge because Lily's sack and I make Garth bigger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then he would have been a 5/6 and into no board and no way to immediately deal with Goif.
I like the Tessiger play, I have to say. That was really exciting to see Tessiger in on camera.
Yeah, I think that guy has potential in other formats besides Standard. I'm hoping...
1 mana 4/5, Raul. 1 mana 4/5.
That regrowth stuff, that seems pretty good.
Make my life bigger all day, every day. Me and Archer actually built this junk deck together.
Oh, you did? So you're familiar with what he's got in there. What sort of options does he have to sideboard?
Drawn Sorrows.
Drawn Sorrows?
So guys who's in Traff.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally, I bring the Fulminator Mage to take off like Celestial Colonnades and
and get him on mana screw.
Yeah, mana screw him. What else would I have in the sideboard? If I can't remember. Yeah, that's about it. I'm not sure he would bring. There's 3 kitchen things in the side, so I'm not sure if he would have brought the kitchen things in this matchup against American Midrange. But I might consider it because they do tend to try to burn you out, and Sphinx does the job by regenerating life. On top of the fact you play Siege Rhino, which bumps you up a lot more, and Sphinx doesn't lose out when your opponent Wrath of God or plays Verdict, because you still get creatures on board, and I think that's a good game plan if you want to play things. He does play main deck Courser of Krufix. Would you keep in the main deck against American Midrange?
I definitely think that you're going to want to have the 2 things that Courser brings to you. You get a little bit of card advantage because obviously you're going to, roughly, a third of the time, half the time, get a extra land off the top of your deck, and the life gain is not as important, nor is the blocking. But again, assuming you get to out mana them, that could be a big game.
Okay, you're right. I guess because this game tend to be a little bit more draggy than most games, right?
Yeah, that's one thing, and you also just again want to have options where Geist doesn't run rampant. Courser is bigger than
Geist.
Than pretty much any of the cards that I would imagine that we would normally see in American Midrange.
Are they both mulligan?
They are both going to 6 again, so we'll see who comes off of that better. I would imagine that Junk probably mulls better than an American Midrange, just because creatures are easier to cast. There's probably a little bit more flexibility in terms of the mana base. But what are your thoughts on that?
I do agree, especially now Archer is on the play, which would give him the advantage. He still get the extra draw, to draw 1 card, and turn 1 Thoughtseize is not bad. Turn 1 Thoughtseize or Inquisition, or turn 1 any disruption is not bad against American Midrange. I mean, I would ideally want to do that and try to steal my opponent's. No, but then again, I heard some friends would tell me that they'll prefer to turn 3 Thoughtseize or hand disruption. Do you agree?
Turn 3 Thoughtseize, because I suppose Thoughtseize is still probably going to be good anytime in the first few turns, but if it were me, I'd want to know. I want to be like, show me what you're working with from turn 1, so that would inform all my subsequent plays. But here we go. We've got some early lands being laid by both players, And if you're Arthur, do you just put down whatever critter you can cast into to open counter magic mana?
To bait the counter magic, perhaps. But right now he only has a Goyf if I'm not wrong. I mean, I would bait it with Ooze, but then again...
Go if you think it's too valuable to just run out there and
maybe
make it.
not. Maybe it's better than... Ooze is a lot better than Goyf right now, but yeah.
Well, he does lay out Goyf, who's not at his best.
I mean, he's like
just
1/2.
He's a 1/2.
Sure, like, yeah, sure. We see Devang draws into a mana leak. Land and go, I'm assuming. So...
It's a brother Goyf. Do you just run out another 1/2 and hope that they get bigger? I think you just hold on to that, and it looks like he may have Courser in hand.
Yeah, he has Courser in hand. He's taking that one. I would have actually cast something before attacking to try to force my opponent to, make my Goyf bigger.
Here's Courser, and I assume there's a counter spell?
Yeah. See, I would have played the Courser first, then attack to bait my opponent to try to force him into, making my graveyard bigger, and Goyf get bigger. But this is fine as well. And I noticed that Devang doesn't have red mana.
Yeah.
So no boats, no helix for him, and no land drops. He misses 4th land drop.
Alright, so now do you try to run out of Brother Tarmogoyf? And
go Brother Tarmogoyf! Oh yeah! Oh, Siege Rhino.
Does he have Siege Rhino on hand? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I saw Siege Rhino. So it's going down to 13. Oh, 16, sorry.
So here comes
even Mind Sensor.
Mind Sensor to try.
Good luck, top 4, baby.
It's
any land, right?
He's searching for a black green, but I think that
whiff. Oh, bummer. It's okay. He's tapped out. Play the next Goyf, sir. Play the next Goyf. Archer will go to 16 because he fetch. 16 to 16.
Alright, so we got...
I mean, it's not like a big loss. Ooh, Lingering Souls instead. Huh, interesting. 1, 2, 3.
Lingering Souls is sorcery, right?
Yeah, so makes Goyf 4 5?
Yeah.
Flying cards. So those are spirit tokens, and Goyf would be a 4/5. Am I right? 1, 2, 3.
We've got instant
4,
sorcery.
No sorcery. Instant.
Isn't.
Yeah, sorcery. Yeah, instant sorcery. Oh yeah, it's a 4/5 now. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I forgot that lingering is in there. Oh boy, no red mana. No red mana.
Do you flashback lingering, or you just run the?
I think you just run, because I don't think you want to overextend to like maybe Wrath of God, but then again he has literal to no mana. Would you block with Favorite Mind Sensor?
The trouble is, none of those blocks are great for him. You don't want to take 6 right here, but I think you kind of have to. You don't trade even Mind Sense for.
But then wouldn't he have to attack? He didn't attack that turn.
He didn't attack, but.
Oh, but because the Lingering Souls were there.
Yeah, okay. Just swinging into Lingering Soul token doesn't seem like a play either. I think you at this point have to preserve your life total and chump Goyf this turn if you're Devang. Not that does a tremendous amount of good because he's
1, 2, 3.
he swings
4,
with the.
5.
That's interesting. Does he have Wrath? Because that's the only way that makes sense to me.
Goyf is a 5/6. I'm gonna try to tell them because enchantment.
Okay. And here comes Siege Rhino, which that doesn't bode particularly well for Devang either. And they're just confirming what Sydney pointed out because Courser is both an enchantment and a creature, so that's going to lead to a handshake. Devang just not able to deal with all those massive beaters that Arthur was able to churn out. Tarmogoyf and Siege Rhino doing what they oh so often do. Just punishing people early on, and that's worth a double handshake. So it's
I caught it.
good job, Sid. And
Thanks to chat. Chat actually flooded chat.
Chat, you are the best. We appreciate that.
Thanks, chat. Yeah. Wow. I mean, I thought they counted the enchantment. That's why I was like, hey, something's not right. But I mean, I just went with it. But yeah, thanks, chat. Thanks you guys for catching that. Pretty much help Arthur win the game. But I mean, he pretty much had the game.
There was unfortunately Devang was a little
Light on that.
a little mana screwed, and even if he got some mana, it looks like he's saying he had Wrath in hand, perhaps, but without that
Land.
fourth land, Arthur was just able to flood the board with big beaters.
Yeah.
And take Devang down.
God, I'm so happy because it's the deck I built with him. So happy. So happy. 16 minutes. Do you think we can get another match going? 16 minutes.
16 minutes is a little tight, but it's always worth a try, right?
Let me find the burn player.
Is there actually a burn player, or was that just...
4-color burn. That was a 4-color burn player.
I thought that was a 4-color zoo.
That's a different deck.
Okay.
I'm gonna see, because it's a different player too.
Okay.
So, entertain the chat.
Okay,
Put your
we'll
face
do...
back up. You want to put your face back up?
We don't need to put my face back
Okay.
up.
I'll be right back then.
But one of the things that we're probably going to do soon is try to get our raffle going for our second Ghostly Prison. So stay tuned for that. So chat, what do you guys want to see as we are finishing up round 3, going into round 4? We haven't seen Affinity today at all, and I know that we've got a couple of Affinity decks out there. Sid said there was an Infect deck, so maybe we can try to run that out there. I think Sid's right now trying to find the 4-color burn deck that I was promised early on, but we went with Zoo instead. Titan Bloom. I really do want to see that deck in action. I don't know if it's in the house tonight, but we also talked about trying to get Blue-White Tron. So that would be very interesting. I'll have to check with Sid to see if we've got an Amulet of Vigor deck. That was actually going to be probably my next target to build in Modern, because certainly we've seen that do pretty well of late. It came in second at GP Omaha, and it's, I believe, won or come in second place at a couple of SCG Opens, or I should say Modern IQs. Chicago area player Steven Speck is the person who's been piloting that to some really great finishes, and he is a fellow judge, so I am particularly proud of him, disproving the notion that all of us are judges because we don't have what it takes to play. So we'll have to see what we can come up with, if we can come up with anything here in round. In the remaining time for this round, we got about 14 minutes. So it looks like we have a couple new players stepping into the ring. It's Amulet of Vigor did win an IQ recently with Steven Speck, the pilot of it. He also piloted it to a second place finish at Grand Prix Omaha, and I think it's a really neat deck. I love the Karus. I love Primetime. All those are really great deck cards. The notion of playing something like Hive Mind and then being like, stop hitting yourself with that pact, that's also pretty awesome. But so we got a couple of players shuffling up, and I can't wait for Sid to come back and fill us in on what we're going to be looking at for the remaining 13 minutes in the round. who we got playing, all that sort of good stuff. So yeah, I'm very curious if Amulet of Vigor is a good deck or if Steven Speck is just very good at playing that deck. And we'll see how people do with it going forward. So here comes Sid, and
We have Matt against Tim.
Just gonna grab some water.
and so Sid says we got Matt against Tim, and do you know what decks?
Tim is playing Fall Colors Gift, but he side out the gift package and become more control, and he's playing Siege Rhino. And that's Matt. Then Tim is playing Jeskai Twin, American Twin.
What? Another?
That's the only match I could find us that's still running.
Well, fair enough.
Game tree. You're on game tree.
All right. So who do you like in this match?
I'm interested to see the Fall Color Gifts and deciding on gifts package and just playing Siege Rhino control.
Siege Rhino control is a thing, eh?
Apparently so. Let's see how this pans out for them. Or for Matt. So how was chat behaving? Were they nice to you?
Chat was okay. We were just talking about Amulet of Vigor. Have you come up against that deck?
Oh yeah, it was a rough matchup. I think, like being able to play Haste Primeval Titan and not do anything about it—that's the worst. Or Hive Mind and they play Summoning Pack. I'm like, yeah, that happened.
Why don't you just pay for your pack, Sydney?
Huh?
You're trying to
With
get
what
away.
mana?
Trying to get away with something.
With what mana, bro? With what mana? So we see Raven's Crime from Matt. I need to update names. While they're fetching, I can update names. Don't like Raven's Crime. It always kills me so easily.
Yeah, those Ravens. Always guilty of something.
Especially is it Retrace?
Yes.
Yeah, Retrace trigger. They have 10 minutes on the time, so I'm gonna type the names really slowly. I'm just kidding. A tap Sacred Foundry. Right player's deck. 4 color gifts. 4 color. It's a thing right now, eh?
With the mana being so good in Modern, why wouldn't you want to play at least 3 colors and possibly all 5? There's nothing wrong with being greedy, right?
Until it bites you.
That's never happened to anybody.
Oh, wait now.
This is round 3, so we're looking at people.
Yeah, this is round 3. So, Matt got paired down. Team is, he has lost 1 game. That's not right. Oh, he lost 2 games. And then we have, that's Tim and Matt. That's on 1-1, right? No, I'm wrong again.
So it's Tim has 1-1.
Yeah. Lingering cells. Why you linger my cell so much?
Now, are you like me and do you get like OCD about tokens like those?
Yeah, I do. I mean, have you seen my deck?
Like, okay, if you're gonna have these spirits, they should be the same spirits, I think.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, I mean, it's the same spirits now, so
It all good. It's all good.
he fixed it.
It's all good. We don't need to freak out about.
I was like, right out right now, and like, fix your tokens, please. Like, I mean, at least the guy that uses dice. I mean, apart from the color, but still. Oh, we see a Creeping Tar Pit. I love Creeping Tar Pit actually over whatchamacallit, Celestic Colonnade. Unblockable is always so good, but then again, flying is also good. Reman, ooh.
Oh,
Reman on a flashback card. That must have felt good for Team White.
It does not go back to the hand, unfortunately, for Matthew, because that's how it works. When you flashback as part of the cost, you're going to exile that card.
Don't you guys just love Raul? He not only knows the cards, he knows them in details and all the mechanics and the ruling for it. He's just amazing. Can't we just keep him every day?
You're gonna have to
Pay for
talk it over with my wife. My wife's like, "You're going to do Magic again?" Because I was here last night for draft, and I was drafted also on Monday Night Live, and she's like, "That's a little too."
Yeah.
So thankfully, I'm married to a very understanding and very patient woman. So she
Okay.
cut me a little slack, but I don't know if I'm gonna push my luck on that one.
Oh boy. All right. We'll try to get you when you can't make it.
That sounds good. Okay, so
Team White
two spirit tokens.
and the electrolytes in Team White's hand.
Now, do you spend the electrolyze on these two spirit tokens, or do you wait for something a little bit more meaty?
I mean, right now he's not at a point where he's really crucially worried about life.
Oh, but
total.
here comes Liliana,
Lily.
and so Liliana plus Raven's crime may equal some bad medicine. I think he's gonna pull the trigger now on.
Oh no! Response to Lily and Deceiver? Oh wait, to counter Lily. Okay. I was like, response to Lily and let Lily sack your Deceiver? Oh, I don't know about that, sir. Oh boy. Wonder what Matt's gonna do. Matt has only
Matt's
one.
still thinking about it, but at the end, that's a Lily going to the graveyard. I was wondering if he had maybe
Path to exile?
well, I was thinking more spell snare or
Okay.
something to make it so that enjoy your Deceiver Exarch, but Lily's gonna still be around.
Dude, do you think? No, I didn't see the twin cards. Oh, why am I seeing so many twin matches today?
I don't know.
Deceiver beatdown. Oh yeah, I love Deceiver beatdowns.
I kind of like it when there's a million of them as opposed to just the one. But
Come on, I think I think I
just
ever
be me.
won a game with Deceiver beatdowns.
All right, so here comes the electrolytes we're talking about, and the card draw. Would you have waited until their turn
But
to
he's
do
playing
it?
blue though, so Matt
So-
is playing blue. The chances of him being able to counter might be, you know. And Tim does want to draw more cards to try to dig into his combo pieces. No,
Yeah, that definitely makes sense to me.
I think Matt's pretty worried right now with with how he might not be able to remove the Deceiver.
Now, Creeping Tar Pit, that's a very interesting attack because he's going to leave himself with just one land open. I hope he has
To Path to exile.
I hope he has a path or dispel or
All the
spell snare or
deceivers.
something, because that's a little bolder than I might
know.
have been.
He's just passing the turn. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't
Why not attack?
grok that either. Oh, but that's why he's going to swing out with Vendilion Click, presumably targeting Matt. Matt's got a response though, and it looks like it's going to be a path on.
Why? Huh. Interesting. Not the combo pieces, but the click.
Well, maybe I'm not sure. I wouldn't have made that play either. Let's see what he's going to reveal to the trigger.
Yeah, I think I want to try to not let my opponent have one of the two combo pieces on board. To delay my combo death. But maybe he knows that team doesn't have the second pieces because he's been just beating down with the Deceiver the last turn. But yeah, I guess he just want to prevent the
All right,
click
so
from being
here's his
on board.
hand. We got a Damnation, we got a Supreme Verdict, we got Snapcaster, and we got Life from the Lump. So
Don't take any? He didn't take any? No?
yeah,
Oh. And beat down with Creeping Tar Pit again. So he's just hoping that his opponent doesn't draw the twin combo and just be able to swing with the 3-2 to.
I mean, I guess with that hand, there's nothing else you can do other than beat down. I'd always feel nervous about just I'm open. If you want to combo off in my face, go for it.
Oh my goodness!
But
oh man.
So I don't know. I mean, maybe that's where you play the mind games. But then, he's got Tim already to 10. I mean, maybe just to try. It's such a tough spot. I think is Matt. Even though he's winning in the life tolls right now,
but Tim can just combo off anytime. Yeah.
It really can. And so what do you do about that if you're Matt? Just continue running the. I'll 3 you each turn and just dare you to draw a Splinter Twin. Of course, even that plan doesn't work super well because Tim's got another Deceiver if he needs it. He's got and he's going to use that right here to
tap his white sauce. Tap his white sauce? Oh, I don't know. It's gonna fetch. I think he's trying to tap the whole fountain with the Deceiver. So that means the Deceiver resolves, yeah?
I believe that he's saying the Deceiver resolves and he's tapped Hallowed Fountain, but he searched up, does that look to be Temple Garden?
Yep, Temple Garden, and he's having it untapped.
So he's got a white source and he's going to go down 2 for that untapped Temple Garden.
What? Yeah, no, I feel like it's gonna be Deceiver beats all day now.
Well, there's another Deceiver if he needs it. He's got Spell Snare in there. He's got.
Oh boy, Deceiver beats all day, sir.
And he's also got Resto. Resto is lurking in there.
Totally, Deceiver can do damage.
Oh, for sure. And it looks like there's only a minute left in the round, so this may end up in a tie if somebody's not willing to take it to the limit here.
Ooh.
All right, so that's going to be
tapping
down Creeping Tar Pit, and that's going to speed Tim's clock on Matthew here. Mm-hmm. He's basically got 2 turns.
What do you think Matt can do differently that round? Keep mana open?
I don't know what you do. I don't know enough about what Matt's deck is, but you said he cited out the gifts package, and again, I don't know. He's got a lot of cards in hand that don't really do much against Splinter Twin. Damnation is just not that very good a card because...
But he could have Verdict.
He could have just Verdict there and got...
rid of all the guys there.
And he may still do that now that I assume they're on extra turns coming up here. I don't know if our judge today, Sherwin, gave them much of an extension. Okay. But he just... Oh,
yeah, they get an extension for moving tables, so yeah.
So they may have another minute or two
to play out?
To play it out, and it looks like I didn't catch what happened with Resto. It looks like it was Path.
Yeah, it was Path away, and I got a Plains tap. But he's still taking the 2 damage from the Deceivers.
Yeah, but 2 damage is a turn. It's probably not going to get it done here. I mean, he does have the 3rd Deceiver. They could just run out there and then swing 3. But it seems to me like he's got maybe 3 attacks left. 4.
True. Unless Team White can top deck the Twin and just go off during his turn. Because because then again, Matt does have a Snapcaster in his hand. But I would Verdict now. If I was Matt, I would just Verdict.
It looks like he's assembling Verdict mana there on the right to me. So, and then he'll have
Snapcaster for Path.
Snapcaster for Path, and there's Verdict. So you're gonna have to work a little harder, Tim White, if you're gonna
beat down.
try to be on the beatdown plan. Here's Another Deceiver Exarch. Too bad that guy wasn't flashed in time for the verdict. But I'm just kidding.
Response. So he's tapping his opponent's land.
Oh, and here comes Snapcaster.
But wait, we have the spell
Spell
snare.
snared. Alright. Alright.
Draw that twin, Tim. Draw that twin. And you make me a happy boy. All the twin decks wins. Draw twin!
Oh, it is. So we're already on turns?
Aw. Wait, can he kill him? No. Enter. Okay, swing now. Take 1. Put him 8.
Put him at 8. He's got Resto in hand still.
Is that enough to take
No,
him out?
that'll only be 4 if assuming it's
3, 4.
Resto.
Oh yeah, because it's
sticks and he only has one more attack if they're on turn 3.
so he has one more turn to combo.
Yeah.
Because no Snapcasters means no path, and I don't think he has any other answers. Do I see it erupt decay?
You see a Remand and
But I think I see an erupt decay in Matt's hand.
that's probably bad for Tim. So.
Oh boy, could you let the twin player win? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Matt. I support you because you play 4 colors. It's a hard deck to play. Play 4 colors. 3 mana. Oh, it's activating. I think he's trying to go for the beatdown. No?
That seems odd.
Oh no, black mana open. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh yeah.
No black mana open. Yeah, he can't even leave black mana open because to activate the creeping
creepy
power.
targets.
Yeah. Oh man, that's rough, and that's really one really cool swamp. Is that really a swamp?
Well, that's an interesting swamp for sure. I wonder what it was altered underneath from.
A swamp. Maybe it looks like like a closet swamp. Looks cool though. I think Sherwin's okay with it if he's playing with it. Eh, Sherwin? Eh?
I hope Sherwin's okay with it. It's,
Maybe he's asking about it now. No? But yeah, oh, that's rough. No black mana. Erupt Decay in hand. Maybe Erupt Decay in hand.
Alright, so it could be that when Tim White untaps, he gets to go ahead and
I
just
think
go
so.
for it. Yeah, Life from Alone seems fairly irrelevant here. I'm not sure.
Well, take back the Misty, play Misty to get Black Source and Erupt Decay. No? I mean, I don't think he played a land. Yeah, he didn't play a land, so that's fine. Okay, so now he's in
He's
the...
got Erupt Decay
Yeah.
available to him, potentially.
Ooh, he's looting.
Is looting or is he gifting?
Looting. The spell. Nope, not you want. Not the card you want. Can he do it? Can he draw the
Alright,
twin?
turn 4.
Ugh.
That does not look like anything like
the twin.
a twin.
I beat you.
Food.
Oh man, bro, I feel so sad.
Well, sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Oh, yeah. Oh well. Phew. Twin didn't get it, and I guess that's a draw, right?
I'm pretty sure that with Path and other goodies in Tim White's hand, there's probably not a path to victory for Matthew for Vusio.
Yeah. Poor Matthew. Right now in chat, so I guess this game is pretty much done. Chat is talking about Biga Kahuna says looks like a call set swamp. Nobody know what card that was drawn from. That was from Path to Exile, Biga Kahuna. The Ziggs says anything with competitive rules could deny that card. Is that true, Raul?
Well, the thing about that card is under Magic tournament rules, I think it's 3.3. There are certain qualities that you allow. Let me back up. There are certain qualities that altars have to be legit, and one of the qualities is that you need to see basically enough of the art to know what card it is. You need to have the name of the card visible. Technically speaking, I would say that fails both those tests. But it's a swamp, so does it matter if it's really planes underneath or it's something more expensive or less expensive or whatever. I don't know necessarily if Judge Sherwin is aware of it. I think technically speaking, you probably should not allow such a card, but the head judge has some latitude, I suppose, and we'll see if maybe we'll have Sherwin swing by and see what he has to say about it.
Yeah.
If this at a tournament like this, maybe I would cut some slack.
Okay.
But at a larger tournament, I probably would say absolutely you can't have that card because you can't tell what the original art is. You can't see what the name of the card is. Even though you and I can look at that readily and say,
I agree.
"Hey, that's a swamp." Rules are rules.
I agree. So, what do we want to see in our last and final round?
Well, let's hear from the chat. I mean, we could try the people who are 4-0, 3-0 rather, might run the IDs. Might be the same decks, some of the same decks that we've seen. I remember seeing on the chat somebody wanted to see Arthur do battle again. So we had a couple of calls for Dredgevine, which I don't know if Dredgevine's out there, Sid. We had a couple. I personally was interested in seeing 4-color burn. Somebody was wanting UW Tron. What else do you?
UW Tron has dropped and they left and had to go somewhere. So no more UW Tron. I'm sorry, guys. We still have what's that? Infect. If you guys want to see Infect.
Let's go for Infect. I like Infect. But first, do we want to try and open up our raffle for this bad boy? This Portuguese.
Do we have time? We can roughly do it.
We can start the raffle.
We can start the raffle. Do you guys want us to start the raffle? I think while round 4 is coming in. So we should. Okay, hang on. Who was on Infect? I think I remember the name. Maybe I can't.
The 3-0 guys, I think some of them are ID, so you may not watch.
Okay, so we already seen Phil. Jackson, we've seen Jackson.
Ooh, there's Greg Pino versus Jackson.
Jackson's playing the American Twin.
Do you want to see that, or do
you guys want to see another twin?
No.
I'm gonna check who's playing Infect or who's playing 4-color burn. Do you happen to see anybody?
I did see a burn deck, but it's not 4 colors. It's like Rakdos.
Do we have anybody playing Amulet of Vigor? Because there's
no.
It
only
doesn't.
Steven Speck plays Amulet.
So the other
he seems to smash everything.
The other voice we're hearing is Judge Sherwin. Judge Sherwin, say hi to our stream folks.
Hi, streaming folks.
We were just talking about, I don't know if you saw that in the last match that was on camera, one of the lands was a blacked out swamp. It was just Skull, you're fine with that? Alright.
So, what do you guys want to see?
What it is,
so, do you want to see Greg Pino?
What's Greg Pino on?
Hate Bears? I asked him if it's Hate Bears. He said some sort of Hate Bears.
Let's go with Greg Pino. They're
I know he's running like
Death in Texas.
That's tomorrow. That fairy that has persist, lets you sack it and counter lets you negate.
Right.
Glenn Alundra?
Glenn Alundra Archmage.
Okay, so let's see Greg Pino then.
Alright, so we're gonna see Greg Pino's up against Jackson. So we saw Jackson earlier, and what was he on against it?
American Twin.
American Twin.
No, wait. Jackson, I thought he was on Faeries.
Oh no, Jackson Wilson's on
Black
Blueback Faeries. Oh, that'll be an interesting match.
All right.
Again.
All our matches have been pretty interesting, I would say.
Yeah. I guess we might have to do the raffle after the game.
All right, guys. So be patient. We're gonna have our last round. We're told that the two of the 9 pointers are IDing apparently.
Yeah.
So those are Phil Silverman and Andrew Lentz. Do you know what Andrew Lentz is on?
Andrew Lentz. I have actually no clue, and I don't know who is Andrew Lentz. I should go find out later. Archer is playing against Approved Puri.
Okay.
I think I seen him play. He's a pretty good player. A lot of names I don't recognize here, like Daniel Powell. We have this guy here. He's playing. What are you playing tonight?
Tarmo Twin.
Tarmo Twin.
Another twin deck. Okay, so we have Pino on the right now. Okay, let me change players' names. I want to see what Pino is playing. I'm really excited. He is Glenn Alandra Archmage. Greg Pino. Pino. I can't spell.
So Bigger Kahuna says in the chat, intentional drawing shouldn't be allowed. I've certainly seen people on both sides of that debate. Intentional drawings can bring sort of the feel bads because it sort of shuts people out of prize contention. There's a lot.
The one with the purple sleeves.
Okay. There's a lot
Thanks.
of gray areas where it's collusion because if I'm playing Sid and we intentionally draw, I can try to use language to essentially collude and bribe. And if there were no intentional draws, you couldn't do that. The problem I find is that if you don't have some way of intentional drawing explicitly, people are going to still try to bend the rules and work out intentional draws anyways. It seems to me that it's probably better to just straight up allow concessions, allow intentional draws, but I'd be interested in hearing some more of your thoughts.
So right now we have Jackson Wilson, turn 1 Thoughtseize, and we can see Baneslayer Angel, 2 Fauna Shaman. Fauna Shaman? How do you spell
Fauna Shaman. FAU.
FAU.
And
There we go. Fauna Shaman. 2 Fauna Shaman, Birds of Paradise, and Reclamation Sage. It's somewhat hate bears, right? With a pod that takes another turn to...
It looks like in place of our dearly departed friend Birthing Pod, people may be trying this route and using Fauna Shaman to do work of filtering through one's deck, getting the right creature for the right time, and I'm very curious to see how Greg's operates.
So what should we call this deck then, if not hate bears?
Podless pod. I don't know. It's well, I'd like to see Greg operate a little bit further.
Before we give it...
The chat points out we need to update people's records. I believe Greg Pino is on 3-0. Is that correct?
Greg Pino is 6 points.
Okay, so he's 2-1, and then Jackson is 3-0.
Learn how to see numbers, Sid.
Number all the numbers. Greg is definitely not 0-2. We would probably would be run out of here if we put camera time on an 0-2 deck.
We get chased out of this room. Oh, we see the Fauna Shaman getting spell snare. Bummer.
All right, so
Well,
Greg,
he has multiple Fauna Shaman, so
That's true. Here's another one for you.
More spell snare.
Do you have another spell snare for it? Oh my gosh, it
no,
looks like
fairy.
spell stutter sprite.
Oh, spell starter sprite wins the day.
Yeah,
And no lands. Oh, that's
that is unfortunate for Greg.
Man, poor hate bears. I wish there's a way where we can not draw lands. Then again, no. I want my opponent not draw lands. We see the fairy attacking, and he played can't remember the name of this card. This fast land.
Which is the blue-black?
Yeah, the blue-black one.
Wow, I'm blanking on it as well. It's been a little bit.
Oh my god, this is gonna bug me. That land, okay, never mind. I know it. There's Razor's Ticket, Seacrum Coast. Yeah, Copperline Verge.
Getting them all by process of elimination.
Dark Slick Shores.
Dark Slick Shores is the one that have evaded both Sid and me for a little bit there.
Yeah, Dark Slick Shores came into play tap, and then now it's on Greg Pino's. Ooh, Talia.
There's Thalia.
Talia with Noble Hierarch.
First Strike and Exalted go so good together.
On top
Also
of the fact
slowing down your opponent's spells.
But Fairy is not really that much effective because a lot of their counter spells are fairies as well. Creatures.
That's true.
And I'm wondering, curious if Jackson Wilson is playing Scion of Ona, because Scion can enable him to just ignore Talia and just keep going for the beatdown route, and then play all his spell starter sprites, and then finish off with what's that click? Mistbind click. Yeah. Damn, I'm forgetting all my names now.
It is getting a little late, but here's how would you like some 4/4 beats or 4/3?
4/3 beats. 4/3 first strike.
Yeah, I think her toughness is not super relevant at this particular moment.
Swinging in again for 1 against Talia. This doesn't look too great for the fairy player, I have to say.
I would never count a fairy player out because now he's got enough to cryptic through Thalia.
But not enough blue to cryptic, actually. Ooh, a click. I wonder, I would have just showed the click, maybe. And then, so that that blue-black lens, Glen something?
Glen Alendra or
No, that land, it's one of the fairy lands.
Secluded Glen?
Yeah, Secluded Glen would be able to, do stuff. So what did he take?
What did he take?
I missed it.
Away for a second as well.
JMC451. Hi, John. Thanks for joining us tonight's stream. Love you too. And Vengevine.
So there's old Vengevine. So people who want to see Dredgevine, I guess this is about as close as we are going to get. The chat pointed out he took away Baneslayer Angel.
Okay,
so,
thanks chat.
It's funny because that card is so good, but it's not seeing as much play as one might have thought when that card debuted. I mean, it does so much. Flying, first strike, I guess pro demons and dragons does not necessarily come into play all that often with Baneslayer, but I suppose it's sometimes relevant. And of course, lifelink.
Did we just see a spell starter sprite on the?
We do see a spell starter sprite, but there's a spell snare too. You're not going to out fairy me.
So life totals has changed. Vengevine did attack Jackson Wilson to put him at 10. Oh no, 8 because of the triggers from Exalted. And then another swing from Vengevine. Put him at another 2.
So are we on correct life totals at 2 to 12?
I'm not sure if he's blocking that though. So still 8. Still 8 because that's 6. 6-5. Vengevine's a 6-5 right now.
Alright.
With exalted triggers. I would block with the Midrange or maybe Splinter.
Well, you know, I might leave spells.
Oh, he's
but-
not blocking.
So that's a pretty good board there for Greg Pino.
And that's game.
Going to be enough to cause Jackson to scoop it up.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, he did. Okay. So the last turn we missed it, but he chopped Midrange, so his life total was different, a little bit different. So, which put him. So yeah, he was still at I want to say 14. No, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 14. He didn't really take damage the last turn.
but against that board, it's pretty much irrelevant. There's
Giant cow.
There's too much going on that Greg Pino had. Too hard to handle for Jackson Wilson absent a sweeper. I assume he's playing some level of damnation in that deck, but maybe not in the main. He's got
For
a few
Blueback
cryptics.
Faeries. Oh, I see he bring what's that card? Shadow of Doubt. Oh, I love
He's
that card.
thinking about citing Shadow of Doubt in.
Yeah, he's taking away Shadow. No, setting Shadow Doubt out. Okay, it's taking out Shadow Doubt. Well, yeah, the hate, but then again, hate bears has Fallen Shaman. Wouldn't you want to disable Fallen Shaman? And chat is burning up for some reason. JMC 451 says, Sydney, it's us, your fellow Knights of Arendelle. And he then again says, Sydney, look at me, it's us, we love you, Sydney, you're the best commentator. So is Raul.
I'm an okay commentator. I think by definition we can't both be the best, but maybe collectively we're the best.
Collectively, we're the best.
I think there's a few folks who do this on the regular for a living who might dispute that, but I'm glad you guys are having fun.
I'm glad you guys are on the stream with us tonight. It's so good to have you guys and the rest of you guys. We'll try to get Arthur back on if we have enough time. We're going to game 2 for Greg Pino and Jackson Wilson. Damn, it's a long night. But we have a lot of good games tonight. I've seen so many nice matches.
So yeah, there's definitely some damnations that Jackson's going to be working with here. Because sweeping those
Giant
hate bears as well as the non-bears might be something that Jackson might strive for here.
True. Before the game start, I want to say that we are streaming live from MTG Card Market here in Chicago, Illinois. 1051 West Belmont. I got this right this time round, not 11 whatever number. It's 1051. Do not go to the wrong place if you ever come and visit MTG Card Market. And we still have one more giveaway to give out to you guys after this last match is over. It's a foil Portuguese Ghostly Prison from Champions of Kamigawa. So stay tuned for that after this match is over, okay guys?
All right.
And then we'll do the raffle.
So presumably Jackson is going to be starting things off on the play here. And they're going to look at their 7-card hands. I'm not seeing a lot of lands in Jackson's hand, to be honest.
Ghost Quarter.
Greg's taking them all, and
I'll keep that hand though.
You would
Thoughtseize, Two Bitter Blossom, Secluded Glen,
You're
and
just hoping to rip some lands. He has a Secluded Glen and what else?
Ghost Quarter.
Okay, so that's enough to get some Bitter Blossom action going.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like once you later, but then again, he hate bears. It'd be rough because he's taking lots of point of damage unless he chump blocks every turn, right?
You
What do
know,
you think?
I'd be tempted to press my luck and run out as many Bitter Blossom guys as I can have, and you know, Jackson's already going to take a couple damage here in exchange for Thought Seizing, and Sigarta, I say thee nay if I'm Jackson. That's exactly what he does, because I can deal with
Everything else.
I can deal with Fauna Shaman for sure. I can deal with the Accelerant, but I cannot deal with big ass
Cannot be tired.
Hexproof Flyer.
5/5.
Cannot. I will lose to that all day long. So, especially one that's potentially accelerated out with which he could have done with old Noble Hierarch there. So he takes one to Windswept Heath, does Greg Pino, and I assume he's going to get Temple Garden or some such.
No,
just
basic.
straight up Plains. And what's he going to do with his 3 mana, do you think?
I would think he would play a Moon Crusader.
That would be pretty sweet. Does he just want to play the card that he knows he has? Yes.
Okay.
And here comes...
A swing!
Here comes some damage across.
Beat down Noble Hierarch. Go. Pass the turn, and he takes one from... Jackson takes one from Bitter Blossoms.
Yeah.
Gets a black fairy token. Is it black-blue or just black?
It is actually a black-blue fairy rogue token, if I'm remembering correctly.
Fairy... Bitter Blossoms. Let's see. I'm gonna bring Bitter Blossom up.
Oh, it's just black.
Just
okay.
black.
Okay, I'm confusing things with the Una fairies.
So, Jackson just Snapcaster and Flashback of Thoughtseize to take away Talia from Greg Pino's hand.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy your time in the graveyard, Thalia. I'm a little bitter because actually one of the last few times I played Constructed, I was on Manaless Dredge and
Play against Matt.
And yeah, I played against a player that had Thalia out. And in case you've ever wondered how you beat Thalia with Manaless Dredge and pretty much no mana, the answer is generally you don't. Although somehow I did win a game. I'm still not quite sure to this day how I did beat him. Maybe he was just goofing around. But anyways, let's get back to our match here.
We just see a Fauna Shaman search for sacrificing Lotus Cobra and to bring in
Is it Staticaster?
Yeah.
There's a card I have not seen in quite some time, and in absence of something that gives it death touch, like what was that card?
The soul
Basilisk's Tooth or something.
The soul bound creature that gives death touch to the.
There was definitely a
the pedal, some pedal. Is it pedal? Nightshade pedal.
Nightshade Peddler did work with it, and there was also like Basilisk Scholar.
Basilisk Scholar.
That did that, and yeah, by itself, it's gonna probably make those fairy rogues look kind of silly.
Take 1 damage every turn, and then you get no fairies.
Yeah, that's not a trade-off I would personally make, is I lose a life a turn for no benefit, but that may be what is it Staticaster is going to enable.
Ooh,
except it's going to be dismembered.
Ping the Snapcaster in response, eh? Scratching.
You think he's got some counterspell to that?
Oh yeah, Spellstar Sprite. Oh.
Oh, he's going to
Sack Glenolendra. Search for Resto Angel. Oh my god! No, should he ping it first? Ping it.
He's pinging it first, and then
Resto. Oh, sweet balls! Love that play. Oh, love that play. That's so saucy.
That was pretty saucy. So Blue Black Faeries is looking to be in a world of hurt here. He's going to get another rogue, very rogue on lined, which is not going to be super effective.
Oh, and it gets pinged at Jackson's end step. Oh, this is looking really bad for Jackson right now.
Yeah.
Trigger, Exalted. It's a 4/5.
If I'm him, I just don't even care about the Exalted. I bring the beats with everybody that's not named Is It Staticaster, but
he can keep activating.
He's so greedy.
Restoration Angel again?
And I suppose having Resto backup He discarded
Talia.
so he can get it. That's the one difference between this and Birthing Pod. He can get
Any
any
kind.
creature that's in his deck, and
Oh,
so he's going to could go for Vidillion Click to see what's in his hand, and it's not
two bitter
very
blossoms.
good. Enjoy those bitter blossoms. That Staticaster wipes all those guys out.
Oh, this is nasty. I feel so much.
It's pretty much all over, but the crying, and
Yeah.
it looks like
That's
Jackson is
6 points of
going
damage.
to go from being undefeated to being 3-1, and Greg Pino is going to shoot up to 3-1. So it'll be interesting to see how tiebreakers are going to work out here.
Yeah. Oh wow. Jack 00 Pumpkin. No, not Jack 00 Pumpkin. Sorry, it's Reborn Ninja 87. Is there any way I can get this deck list? Which deck list are you talking about? Reborn Ninja 87?
I'm assuming he wants Pino's deck.
Oh,
deck
Pino's
list.
deck list is so sweet.
It does seem like it's got some sweet options going, and he certainly had his way with
He
Faeries.
signed out the Shadow of Doubt against Greg Pino's Phono Shaman. I feel might have been the wrong choice.
Well, on the other hand, I'm not sure what would be the right choice. I don't.
Oh boy. That was such a nice match. I like that
That
deck.
was. So we got a half hour. We should try to see if we can find.
I will try to grab somebody and Reborn Ninja 87. I'll try to get Greg Pino.
Should we start our raffle
Oh,
going?
we should start a raffle first before I grab somebody. And yes, I'll try to get Pino to post his deck list on our Facebook page. So yeah, I'm gonna bring the booth back up before we try to see another.
Oh, we
match.
don't have to. We can see those guys.
Come on, we
shuffling.
can. bring-
Hey guys, it's
Hey, guys.
Raul Moat and Sydney Lim. Sydney's about to fetch us another match, and Shawana
back.
is saying hi to us.
So here at MTG Card Market, thanks to MTG Card Market, we have this fabulous foil Portuguese Ghostly Prison. It's so hard to say. Portuguese Ghostly Prison from Champions of Kamigawa foil. It's all thanks to MTG Card Market for making this possible. If you like all the giveaways that you've seen today and you want more giveaways, please go to their Facebook page on MTG Card Market and let them know that you like the giveaways on Woolwork stream. We are here in Chicago if you ever want to come drop by and visit. So yeah, we're gonna do this raffle right now. Raul's gonna.
Okay, so I don't know the mechanics of this, but we're opening up this raffle.
Yeah, we're gonna open up this raffle for this sweet foil.
All right.
Sweet foil. Reset
We'll
raffle.
reset that bad boy.
And now start the raffle. People will
And-
just it's already open.
It's open. So if you're interested in this sweet foil Portuguese Ghostly Prison, enter in chat and have exclamation raffle, and good luck to all of you stream watchers out there. Sydney, why don't we go see if
I
we
will
can
go see. And you let the raffle run and
And so
entertain that juggle or something.
I cannot juggle. I don't have anything here to juggle with, but
Cards.
I'm not good. The only cards I got here are these two fine foil Ghostly Prisons. So somebody suggests we do a Greg Pino deck tech. That's an interesting idea, but maybe we will have to wait until afterwards. Like Sydney said, we're going to try and see if Greg will grace us with his deck list after this is all said and done, and we can try to put it up on our Facebook page. So a lot of people want to see what Greg's all about. It is definitely a fun and sweet deck, and I assume that it's sort of like the love child between Pod and Hate Bears and some other stuff, and it certainly looked impressive. Just that last round, he managed to power out a whole bunch of stuff. So meanwhile, we'll see what Sydney is able to fetch for us in terms of matches that are still going on. We've got about a little less than a half hour to figure out who we're going to be following. And it looks like he's got a couple new folks who are entering the Thunderdome here. Can't wait to find out who it is that he has found. So, to get the prize, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to enter the chat !raffle, and I believe either Wooburg folk or MTG Card Market folk will mail the card in question to you. We've already given away a Spanish Ghostly Prison, and now here's your chance to win this bad boy. So hang on tight. We're going to probably close this up here in a little bit. We'll let this run, and good luck to all of you out there. So, Sid popped his head back here for a second, and then he doubled back. So,
Has the raffle ended?
I was about to end the raffle. Are we ready to end the raffle?
Yes, we are ready to end the raffle, guys.
And are we ready to start a new match?
Yep.
Okay, so how do we end the draw?
Close first. Close the raffle.
Where do we?
That.
That one?
Yeah.
All right.
So it's closed.
So, guys, we closed our raffle, and
Hit draw.
And now we have...
Oh my god! Scroll down a little bit and click announce as winner.
Alright, so here is...
JMC 451.
Congratulations, JMC 451. You have won this sweet card. So we will be getting that out to you. Sid, are we ready to...
Yeah.
Let's do some trading places.
We will message you, JMC 451 and Apocamus. We will message you and
we're gonna get your details. We'll
Yeah.
get these fine cards out to you.
Yep, congrats again, JMC 451 for winning the raffle. And now we're gonna go back to the match. I'm gonna turn off the booth. We have Artellini on the right, and I hope I'm not butchering this name.
Puri, I believe that would be pronounced.
So Junk versus Tezzeret control.
Alright, so we get another look at Tezzerator. I'm sure that a Perv will probably hope that it's more successful than our previous look at Tezzerator in the hands of Mark McManus, but I think it's a sweet deck from what I've seen of it. So Sid's going to be updating all of our facts.
Yep, while Raul and
as to all these. So it's looking like the old Golden Fang is making his presence felt here for Arthur, and that's often going to spell trouble.
Ooh, Witchbane up. I haven't seen that in ages.
Alright, so Witchbane Orb, one of the many artifacts that Tezzerator Control can try to deploy, now giving our proof, hex proof essentially, and you'll notice there are no curses attached to our proof at this point, but if there were, Witchbane Orb would do away with them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm assuming our life totals still need updating.
Yeah, I want to say I know the life. I know Approved didn't take damage at all.
Well, he's looking to take 4 from a certain Mr. Golden Fang, and
puts it down to 16. I love Golden Fang. It's such a sweet card.
It is a sweet card. I want to play some with it in Standard for sure. I actually would like to get it in Draft, because I think if you have it in Draft, it's really hard to lose from that position. But of course, you cannot always guarantee having a card as sweet as Tassiger in that context. So, our Perf's thinking about his turn. He lays down what looks to be a Mutavault, and got a fair amount of mana, so it seems like he would have some options. You see that he's got big Tez.
Will you cast Tezzeret? I'm not Tezzeret. Tezzeret right now?
You know, I think I would. I think that the trouble is that he could just swing back with Tassiger, the Golden Fang, but again, it's such a powerful card, and hopefully, he can yield himself something that with the +1. Oh, he does that option. He makes an artifact into a 5/5. So Tassiger is going to be so Darksteel Citadel, I believe that is.
It's a 5/5, but does it still maintain its indestructibility?
Yes.
Whoa. Okay, so that's pretty nasty. So we see Archer activated Tessiger's ability and took back the Thoughtseize because that was the only card apart from the land. What do you see? What do you think Archer can do against a 5/5 indestructible?
Now, of course, Arthur's deck list better than I do, but that's definitely one thing.
Float a mana to activate
Mutavault and then get a
blocker.
land.
And get a blocker.
So,
oh, wow. Nice top deck, Archer Lenny.
Did he have that in his hand, or?
I'm not sure. He does have another path in hand, though. So, nice hand, Archer Lenny.
And it's also nice that he might be able to recur that with Tassiger at some point.
Holy moly.
So that's rough. Mutavault probably is going to take one here for the team. Witchbane or
Witchbane.
Going to make that Thoughtseize not very useful.
No Thoughtseize for you, sir. But you can Thoughtseize yourself, yeah?
You could, but generally speaking, what happens is if you cast a spell with an illegal target, things are going to get rewound, and you're not going to be forced to use it on a legal target. But back in the day, I think it was, you have to use that spell, and you have to name a legal target, but that's not been the case for some time. That was the unkindest cut of all, because it enabled Tassiger to go in there and take care of Apurv's namesake card for his deck, Tezzeret Agent of Bolus, and it's gonna be probably rough sledding because Arthur's got his 4/5. He's got a full grip. He can activate Tassiger to get now either Murderous Cutback or Path, which
and Tackage is the answer to all the manlands.
So,
then again, he can't Tackage because he only have 3 lands. So, I wonder if Approve. Oh, he does play the 4th land, but 3 manlands, so. It's not that great, but still, this doesn't look very good for Approve here.
Yeah.
Hope I'm not butchering his name.
I hope so too, but Tassiger, he didn't bother to untap Tassiger because he's going in the red zone. I mean, there's not much reason to not swing with him that I can see. So he's looking at all his options. Arthur's got a number of lands going on there.
Thoughtseize here. Oh, but he can't do
He can't Thoughtseize, so...
Okay. Which is great because there's nothing really important.
If I were him, I'd just be happy bringing the beatdowns and knowing that, anything that you might try to do to stop me, I'm going to be able to likely Path or Murderous Cut here.
Oh, we see an Inquisition drew from the proofs side of the game board.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it's a card that does
nothing.
Too little at this point. It seems to me. I mean,
can take the path, but then Tassiger just activate.
so Inquisition is going to come down and remove Path, or
I think Path.
Thoughtseize is not a particularly good target, except insofar as
remove Thoughtseize and Tassiger activate.
Oh, he's got a duress.
Then again, Path is the better option, but Tassiger is just gonna take back one of the removals, eh?
Yeah, I would assume that. Well, who knows if the top two include something that's irrelevant, but getting any one of those cards back that's currently in his graveyard seems pretty saucy. So now Slaughter Pack. I guess you get an Inquisition of Kozilek back, since you can't cast that on me at least. You can cast it on yourself if you want. Wouldn't recommend that play.
Oh, he's just drawing all the good cards right now.
So Tassiger is going to do work. And actually, it seems to me like if I were a perv, or if I was somebody who was building Tezzeret control, I'd want Mr. Golden Fang in my deck.
True.
Because,
yeah.
Because it does get quite a bit back.
It does. I have to
and
agree.
recurring some of these awesome cards seems like a play. So here comes Animated Stirring Wildwood. Here comes the two of those guys in for, I believe, 7.
7?
Yeah, I believe that is. Just if you can look up Stirring.
Oh, he activate Blink Moth
Oh.
to try and...
Oh.
He activate both Blink Moth and...
Oh, he's going to...
chump.
Yeah. Arthur, are you going to let that double block happen? It seems like one of those guys could be pathed if he still has a path. So, Stirring Wildwood's a 3/4. So the double block would...
Oh, because
it's
he pumps...
he pumps the...
Mutavault.
It's
also
it can-
considered... Blink... what?
It is among its many other types. Also a Nexus.
Oh, it's a Nexus, yeah. Do you think he would package the Mutavault?
That's definitely an option. He could... I would think he's got some... Oh, he just lets that happen.
Oh, but they trade.
Yeah, I guess he's just happy just getting in there with the 4. They don't...
They don't trade. This 1 for 1. So he goes to 8, right?
That's what I believe his life total is.
Boy. What did Approved drew into?
I didn't see what his draw was.
Tapping 1 mana.
So, yeah, Arthur seems like, to me, missed the play of tech edging one of the 2 blockers. And he could have kept his Stirring Wildwood around to stir some more trouble up. But, when Tassiger is around to do his dirty deeds, it's not super relevant at this point.
And
maybe a perf can draw something to get back in this, but right now he's just on Chump City.
True. Did I see a Siege Rhino from Archer?
That would be pretty bad news if that's the case. You did see a Siege Rhino, and here comes the siegiest of rhinos.
That means Approve is at 1.
And that means
Is
that
it target
Arthur's,
player?
It's target opponent, I think. Can you pull that up? So
Each opponent.
So that's Damnation.
Oh, damn. That was a nice top deck, Approve.
Right. The trouble though is that how much gas do you think Arthur still has in
He has
the tank?
He has the 2 the Lingering Souls. And then he's swinging in for 1.
Because why not? That play is gonna get the 19 turn clock might work out here, right?
That sounds long. We're gonna be here all night.
I think Arthur might have some other ideas because, like you said, there's
Flashback Lingering.
There's Lingering Souls being flashed back. So 2/1s might cause trouble. There you go. There's some tokens.
Wolverine and Captain America Spirit tokens. 1/1s.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Alright, so the question is, does Approve have some answer to both these tokens, like Drown Sorrow?
I mean, he could activate... Oh, no, that's the handshake.
All he's got is a handshake. Captain America and Wolverine.
Got to get.
Too tough for mere mortals to deal with. Arthur, congratulations, going 3-1.
Congrats, Archer. I'm gonna bring us back and hey
guys.
and I think that's it for tonight. That was the last one. Did you enjoy yourself tonight?
I definitely had fun. I hope maybe I can swing out and do this again if time permits. Next week, I'm off on Thursday, so maybe I can talk my wife into letting me stay out late.
To have you again.
You know what I'm really excited for? I'm excited for dinner. I'm hungry. I don't know.
Oh boy. We
So
should have
we
gotten you food.
We should get some food.
Yeah, the Oreos weren't enough. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed yourself, enjoyed the stream tonight, and enjoyed our company. And thanks again for everybody who stopped on by. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Congratulations to our 2 giveaway winners. Congratulations to
Apocamoose for the. This is the Spanish. Is this the Spanish?
The first one's the Spanish.
Okay.
There.
Apocamoose, congratulations for this. Congratulations for winning this, and then JMC 451 for the Portuguese one, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Congrats to you guys, and I think they're closing up, but Greg Pino has agreed to put up his deck list on their on our Woolbugs Facebook page. So please go over there, and if you haven't like us on our Facebook page. Also like us on our Twitch page and YouTube and other pages, I think. Twitter too. Yeah. Was good having you guys join us, and it was good having you, Raul. Thanks for
It's good being here.
Joining us again.
I had a lot of fun. Those were some interesting matches to watch. It's a few different archetypes. I'm not sure if your twin managed to be the overall winner or what.
Well,
what
Phil did drew in ID with Andrew, so that's okay. But yeah, I got to see three different twin decks.
Yeah, Twins got some play to it, so there are a lot of different things you can do with it, and we definitely saw some examples of that tonight.
I really love Grape Pino's Fauna Shaman.
I'm definitely going to be looking at that deck list when it comes up.
Yeah, that was a sweet deck too. I do agree, it's somewhat better in Pop because you can instantly search for the creatures. But anyway, thanks again for joining us, and we love you guys, and we love Raul.
I love you, Sid.
We wish you can put you in our pockets.
I also love my wife who permitted me to be out tonight.
Alright, I'll see you guys. Be yourself, don't change run away, and stay happy guys, and have a good night.
Alright, bye guys.